Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Little. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Apologies for being a little bit late. I got a new computer, and it turns out all the settings were wrong. But, I think now they are right. Today, we are playing a 5,000 SC free roll. Free for you all to play. How lovely is that? You can get full details at PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. Get in there, check it out. The game is up and running and ready for you. We will be starting in about 35 minutes from when you see this. Hope you're all having a lovely day today. Things have been a little bit frantic this morning, a little bit hectic, a few things are happening. But we're getting it done. We are getting it done. If you've not already signed up to ClubWPT Gold, you have plenty of time to do it. Check out PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. And if you go sign up there, you can get into our free-to-play 5,000 SC tournament that is happening in 38 minutes. Just go right here, enter the password. The password for all of you is at PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. And you'll be in. Last week, I believe I took 2 weeks ago, I took 4th place for 5,000, or 400 SC. That's pretty cool. Man, oh man, oh man. My brain's fried. I went to the Sphere last night for the Unity concert. If you enjoy electronic music, that is the place for you. If you like lights and lasers and all that, I enjoy those things, so I enjoyed the show. It was wonderful. It was so wonderful, I might actually go back again today. Today we are playing, right now, a 2-4-8 game. And I really have not practiced 3-blind games all that much. But on this site, ClubWPT Gold, they have small blind, big blind, and bigger blind straddle effectively. And that results in ranges being a little bit different pre-flop. I think we probably just call this. We could certainly raise. I think it's reasonable. The pots do end up being substantially larger than you may be used to. I might, what am I going to do here if the guy bets? Do I shove him? Or do we shove with the junky draw if he bets? Check, check, brutal. Let's go 56, huh? Trying to ideally get like a queen to fold. Snap called. Oh, a set. Okay. Good thing you didn't bet the turn. We would have got stacked for sure. Just like that, we're already wrecked. How do I top up? Top up, top up, top up. That was an interesting spot on the river. I considered like shoving all in for 3x pot, given we have a blocker to the flush, et cetera, et cetera. Clearly that would not have worked that time. No one's ever going to fold a set. Don't try to make people fold sets. No set, no bet, as they say. Okay. I like playing on ClubWPT Gold. They have good games. Action's fun. Action's fast and furious. Ready for all of you. Check out PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. You have the 5,000 free roll starting in 30 minutes. Tickets for the Sphere show have gone down substantially, which is interesting to see. Don't know why. It was pretty excellent. King 8 suited. We can play this one. Facing a raise. Do we 3-bet? Call? Fold? Probably go any direction. Should we just pop it up for fun? Oh, we got 3-bets, so we have to fold. Oh, you know what? I just realized my buttons are off the screen. Huh. Interesting, interesting. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Our window is slightly the wrong size. I don't know if there's any way around this, fixing this. Maybe we do like this. That just doesn't even look good, does it? Okay. Let's try to fix this while we're here. I guess we can just put this here, right? The blinds don't really matter that much, in theory. Okay, maybe that'll be better. See that I started the stream. I started the stream. Yes, success. I was complaining about my computer breaking last week or 2 weeks ago, and since then, I got a new computer, and so everything is a little bit different. Everything is just a wee bit different, and you know what? It's okay. We're making it work. We have a new camera. We have a new computer. I got a new monitor on the side. Living the dream. We have our green devotion juice. This has 125 calories in this entire giant bottle. This will help you survive the summer. Aces. That's good. We'll raise the aces. 5 big blinds. Fold. If we get 3-bet, I guess we just have to put in the 4-bet, right? No need to get tricky. Volume is super low. Okay. Let's try to turn it up. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for letting me know. We push it up a little. We'll just continuation bet, top set. I mean, look, it's kind of hard to get paid here, but it's like, whatever. We have super nuts. And now on the turn, I think we can go pretty big. And on the river, we will be over potting all in on most rivers. On a club, do we still jam it all in? I don't know. Probably. Volume is super low. But we're working on it. Good. Please share the code. Go to PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. We can defend the big blind here. May want to 3-bet every once in a while, but whatever. Justin Sleba misses us. I miss you too, Justin Sleba. All right. We will check call the flop. So in this game with multiple blinds, it's a little oh shoot, I'm over here trying to talk to everybody. I recognize the audio is low. It says you need a password. That's correct. Check it out, PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. I mean, I'm just not folding ever with the King 9. I mean, I turned the volume up a decent amount. Let me know if it's too much. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Check, check. We win. All right, 10-8 suited. We'll play the 10-8 suited. Pretty good hand. While we are waiting for the free roll, we are playing a... Maybe it's supposed to 3-bet this a lot. Like, I don't even know. Let's just do it. What do we go to? 18? While we're waiting for the free roll to start, which is starting in about 30 minutes, we are playing a 2-4-8 game. 2-4-8. Is it 2 ante? Is it only 2 or is it 2 per person? If it's 2 per person, the pot's huge pre-flop. I'm kind of confused about this. All right, not the greatest flop, but whatever, right? I think we can still bet frequently and small. Please turn your mic up. We are on a 5-minute delay today. You will have to be patient. Oh man, we bet and get called. Turn is another diamond. I don't think that really helps in general. I don't think we want to be bluffing here too often. I mean, maybe in some world, the guy's like a low pocket pair and we'll try to bluff at it and like 10 high is good. So maybe we're somehow, some way supposed to like check call here, but I think we're probably just dead, right? So we'll just fold. We'll just fold, move on with our lives. Do not pay them $8 to reveal the opponent's hand. That's a sucker bet. I do not like that feature. A lot of people have asked. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. What's the password? PokerCoaching.com/freeroll, everybody. PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. Hope you're all having a great day. We do have this 5,000 SC free roll happening in 30 minutes. Get in there. Last week, I crushed most of you. Or last week, 2 weeks ago, I crushed most of you. Won 400 SC. I'll take it. And now, while we wait, we play some cash games. Audio is low, indeed. The problem with a 5-minute delay is that we're on a 5-minute delay. The issue, though, is that I cannot have no delay because then you all will see my cards. And that doesn't work. That doesn't work out well for me at all now, does it? 1, 2, 50. And so there's 5 worth of antes in the pot? Is that what's happening? There might be 5 worth of antes in the pot. I'm kind of confused about this, about the preflop size. Because it says there's a 2. Oh, wait, so that means there should be 16 in the pot. Oh, I just got to count this pot, I guess. We'll figure it out in a second. We'll figure it out in just a second. All right, pre-flop pot. There's $30 in the pot. That means there's 8, 12, 14. So there's 16 in the pot, which is 2 additional big blinds. Wow, that's a big ante. Huge ante. I have not extensively studied games with a gigantic ante, but I got to presume you need to be loose and splashy-ish. Cash your first tournament on Coin Poker. Congrats. Good job, good work. It's exactly what I like to hear. I like to see all of you getting in there and crushing the opponents. Wow, they have a lot of Wizard of Oz shows at the Sphere. Oh my gosh, is tomorrow Poker Go? Huh, tomorrow is Poker Go. Tomorrow, I'm playing a $5,000 tournament in the Poker Go studio. I have some action for sale, actually, on Poker Stake. Let's see. The 5,000 Bounty Blitz tomorrow. Almost no markup, 1.05. I bet the games are going to be good. The $5,000 tournaments at the Poker Go studio are always excellent. It's a nice price point. Because in reality, 10,000 is kind of a lot, and 15,000 is especially a lot for most people. 5,000 is a bit of a stretch, but certainly doable. And a lot of people like to play in the PokerGo studio. They love it. It's an awesome, awesome spot, an awesome vibe, awesome experience. Still have 25 minutes left to sign up at pokercoaching.com/freeroll. You signed up with code Doug. Well, wrong code for today. Still, check out pokercoaching.com/freeroll. You might be able to get in. Oh, time to wake up. Your first free roll with me. Yay. All right, get in there. Hope you win. Someone's going to win. Huge thanks to ClubWPT Gold for giving us $5,000 to give away today. Yes, everyone asking, how you get in the free roll? Go to pokercoaching.com/freeroll and follow the instructions. It is not difficult. It says it very clearly listed here. Oh, there you go. See the password? Go there, follow the directions, sign up, and get in. There's some frequently asked questions. There is a little video showing you how to sign up. Okay? Completely free to play. $0 required. And then, just in the lobby, you click on tournaments here, and then it's right, if you scroll down a little bit, it starts in 23 minutes. They have a ton of tournaments on ClubWPT Gold, by the way. I mean, they have a lot. It's all sorts of tournaments. $100 turbo. They have, I mean, they got a ton of all sorts of buy-ins. If you want to play tournaments, this is the site for you. We're playing a little bit of cash games right now. All right. Annoying spot here because we should defend incredibly wide. We have to put in 3.75. We have to put in $15 to try to win 65. I think we're supposed to call, even with the 4-2 offsuit. How do you deal with getting bored and starting to play worse hands and having the urge to gamble instead of play correctly? This is such an annoying spot because we have to defend a lot against a tiny bet. But 4-2 is not it. I mean, look, in reality, you have to realize every time you play a hand that is not a good hand, you lose money. So would you like to give your money away, or would you like to not give your money away? Simple as that. If you want to give your money away, play poorly. If you do not want to give your money away, well, play well. I would bet on this site, though. I bet a lot of people don't know how to correctly adjust for the ante and the 3 blinds. Like that 4-2 offsuit hand in the previous hand, I'm like, maybe I'm supposed to 3-bet. I don't even know. But assuming the opponent is generically raising to that size, 2.75 big blinds from out of position with whatever range they're going to raise with, I don't think he'd fold anything, really. You always have to ask, will I realize 20-ish% equity in position with the 4-2 offsuit? And I know it's not a good hand, but at the same time, position, pot odds, it's only bad if the opponent's making it that size with only super nuts. Which maybe they are. It's tough to say. Pull up another cash game table on the side. Give us some more action just in case things get spicy. Is there a way to make this not like auto post blinds? It seems to auto post the blinds, right? I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Is it just how it happens on the site? Queen 5 suited is certainly not great. Maybe even a little bit too loose. It's tough to say. Again, I have not studied this big ante game can't imagine it can ever be that bad to play, quote unquote, a little bit too loose. We'll go for continuation bet on the flop. We win. I don't know if it's possible on this site, but I remember back in the day on some of the older poker sites, there were actually like ways to delete the buttons. So for example, like say I didn't want to see this reveal hand feature, I could just literally delete the button. And I don't know if that's still doable today, but I would like to delete some of these buttons. I remember like back in the day, they were trying to like push gambling games on you and stuff. Not ClubWPT, but other sites. But you could just delete the button and then it just wouldn't be there if you went into the settings of the website. We are playing on the downloadable version of the site. We are not playing on the browser version. It's pretty cool they have a browser version though. Pocket twos, okay. We'll play them. All right, I need to try to put in a new overlay. See how much luck I have with that. Let's see, image. Okay, browse, desktop, streaming, okay. We'll check this 3 ways. Whew, okay. I don't think anything changed. All right, facing a turn bet. I guess we just put in the raise immediately, right? And pray we get some action. Looks strong. I will say one thing on the site is they don't give you a whole lot of time. We get called. All right, we lose to the 8-5. And the 5-3. We're really not worried about the 5-3. The 8-5 is certainly possible. Let's just bet 59. It's going to be annoying if he jams me. We were just trying to get called by a king here, right? Just go big and hope to get paid. For everyone who's trying to get in the game, go to PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. Please. The password is right there at the top of the page. You end up paying more rake because the pot is bigger. Indeed, as pots are bigger, you inevitably end up paying more rake. That is how the game works. When pots are bigger, you pay more rake. That said, you have to recognize that I mean, you always got to be paying attention to the structure of the game. Simple as that. Simple as that. I do have a million things going on this computer right now. Trying to clear out all this stuff so we can focus on the 5,000 SC poker tournament that's happening in about 15 minutes. You can still get in. Check it out, PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. We gave away 5,000 SC 2 weeks ago thanks to ClubWPT Gold, and we are doing the same thing today. Thanks to all of you for signing up. Thanks to all of you for being here. For those who want to get some of my action in the upcoming tournaments in the Poker Go studio starting tomorrow, you can get in the action right here. I just posted it, pokerstake.com. There's a link exactly to me. Might as well try to run hot and win some money, huh? Had a good World Series of Poker this year. We won a bracelet. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. It's always good to win a bracelet. Had 2 seconds somehow. All online. What a world, huh? Kind of neat to have this. Only took 20 years. It's funny though, because I actually have a whole plate full of bracelets. Oh, we should probably just fold this. I have a whole plate full of bracelets, but only one of them is a World Series bracelet, so that's cute. Good to get one, though. Wish I would have got 2. And both of them, I was very live to win. Ooh, and one, I got it in with ace-queen against 7-6 suited for a lot of the chips in a $5,000 online tournament. Heads up. Could not hold. Actually, I'm very happy with the way those went in general, though, because I was like short or medium stacked in the 2 that I took second place in. Just hung out, collected the payout jumps. Happy as can be. Funny enough, they did not actually put the bracelet win on Hendon Mob for some reason. I don't know why they have not done that. If you cannot get in, it's because you're not entering the password. It's very, very, very easy. Go to pokercoaching.com/freeroll. Get the password off the top of the page. Go to the site. This site. Find the tournament starting in 15 minutes. Right here, and get in. Ooh, over here. Got a good one. Small blind limped, or second blind limped, I just checked. You got to bet. You got to get money in the pot. Unfortunately for me, though, they did not want to play. I don't think we're supposed to play like super loose on the button with 3 blinds, even with a big ante. You would have called with the set. Typically, when you have a set, you want to put money in the pot, especially when stacks are deep. I get that it looks very, very strong. I'm not questioning that. But when stacks are deep and you have a hand that is almost always good, but maybe a little bit vulnerable to straight draws in that instance, you want to put money in the pot. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I'm getting distracted. I do. Okay. I somehow found myself in a very nasty spot on this table. It went limp, raise. I 3-bet, I believe. The pot's gigantic. I guess I'm supposed to check 3 ways, right? So we're off spot 3 ways. I don't know what the cold caller has in this scenario. Definitely a weird spot. So are we getting the right odds to call? We need to realize 30-something% equity. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 outs. It's very close. I'm gonna cry call. Oh gosh, okay. Actually, I folded by accident. Ha 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 ha. Good thing I folded by accident. It's probably not I think that's definitely a close spot where maybe call is just right because of pot odds. The problem is so we have somebody else behind who could easily have a good hand. All right, here we raise. We get 3-bet. We'll call. Not really trying to fold the top pair. If you follow the directions at pokercoaching.com/freeroll and enter the password, you should be able to get in. What stakes is this game? This is 2-4-8 with a 16 total ante. Big game. I think we can bet here, right? I don't think we're going to get raised very often at all if we bet, unless he has a good flush. Seems like a very, very, very optimistic spot to raise. They do raise, unfortunately, so we can fold. All right, all right, all right. They're smashing me over here. Actually, they aren't smashing me. We're doing fine. Started with $800 and we have 916. Not that it matters what happens over any sort of short time frame. Would you all believe there's variance in poker? Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? For all those saying that you can't get in the free roll, there's literally no way you cannot get in the free roll today. If you go to pokercoaching.com/freeroll, the instructions are right at the top of the page. It's incredibly easy. If you go to pokercoaching.com/freeroll, the password is literally right at the top of the page, everyone. It's right at the top of the page. It's not rocket science. It's just at the top of the page, okay? Go get in there. Go there, get the password. I literally just showed it to you. Then go over here and click register. Isn't it crazy, though, how difficult it is to get some stuff done sometimes? Where is the tournament? I'm looking at late registration. Here it is. You just click right here, register, and you're in. Easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. In the master class for cash game, do you have slides? Do you for the MS tournament? I have no clue what you're saying, PP for life. Share the code. I did 100 times. pokercoaching.com/freeroll. All right, raise from small blind. We will definitely call in position with a great hand. Get a gut shot on a board that should connect pretty well with the opponent. Got to be a little bit careful here because we, of course, could just be smashed. I think we need to check. You can confirm that the password does work. The password works because we have 340 people in the tournament right now. 340 people could figure it out, okay? Check, check, flop. King on the turn is obviously good, but it could also be trouble because the opponent could easily be sitting here with ace-jack. Of course, we can't fold, though. Ace on the river's disastrous. I don't think we need to bluff. We're going to have lots of jacks in our range, lots of flushes in our range, lots of two pairs. Annoying spot on the river, but such is life. Two pretty rough runouts for our top pair. 2 in a row. On that ace-queen hand, you got to realize the opponents could have draws, right? And if they have draws, we can't go around folding too often. You can't go around folding too often when you're getting really, really good pot odds. And I mean, you got to realize they could have draws. I get that on King, Jack X, or whatever it was, King 10X, whatever it was. They're certainly going to have a lot of good hands, but sometimes it just doesn't matter, you know? All right, raise here. Should we 3-bet or probably just fold? Again, this is where I'm not so well studied in 3-blind games with a giant ante. Definitely need to run sims on this one. All right. I'll be right back, everybody, before we start our tournament. All right, everybody. It is time for the 5,000 SC free roll. Check out PokerCoaching.com/freeroll to get in. I'm looking everywhere for the password. I can't find it, says some people. Here's the password. Yeah, right at the top of the page. You probably closed this, if I had to guess. You're like, I don't want to see that password. Who needs that? But you need that. We're currently playing some 2-4-8 with a big ante and also some 20-cent, 50-cent dollar with a big ante on another table. But we're going to focus on the tournament as soon as that gets loaded up. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, let me know. We're happy to discuss anything you would like. We have a whole bunch of people signed up for the free roll today. 362 of you are registered with a minute before we start. There's a little bit of late registration for all those popping in. Check it out, PokerCoaching.com/freeroll to sign up. Huge thanks to ClubWPT Gold for putting on these tournaments, giving away 5,000 SC to the poker coaching community. I certainly appreciate that. And we are in. They are setting up the tournament. Please wait. Please wait. It is time. We have 160 big blinds to start. I do think the tournament's a bit of a turbo, but that's fine. We got stuff to do anyway. Get in there and get that free money. Think about the value of this tournament. It's like a free $15 tournament for all of you. Is that right? Can't do math. Yeah, it's a free $15 tournament for all of you, just for showing up today. You had to use ChatGPT to search the internet and find the password. Would that tell you the answer? Let's see. If this can find this, that's like some next level genius stuff. All right, we'll defend the 10-7 offsuit. Let's get in there. We're going to try to win the tournament today. We have a gut shot. Facing small bet. We can stick around. We want a not king. PP for life. I'm not sure what you're saying. Send us an email, please. All right. 5 on the river. I think this is a nice spot for like half pot. Right? Just trying to get ace high to fold. We get raised somehow on the river. Definitely don't expect that to happen very often. We'll just fold, whatever. Whatever. You got me. I'm already last in chips. Yeah. Chat says if you want the password, go to the stream because Jonathan will show you. Indeed. You see, chat knows what to do. We'll call small blind with the limper, with the one limper. Medium flop, not so good though. Thanks to all of you for coming and signing up using code PC. Good luck, have fun. I appreciate each and every one of you for signing up with the code, and thanks to ClubWPT for making this happen. It's a lot of money we get to give away to all of you. I think that over the last year, we've given away to the poker coaching community something like $100,000. That's pretty cool. Glad we've been able to do that. Thanks to the sites for making that happen. Ace, 3, offsuit. Not a great hand, but, you know, might as well play it. Is ClubWPT better than Ignition? It definitely is, in my opinion. They have way more games. Infinitely more games. Raise when we get 3-bet. They're just blasting me today, huh? Blast, blast, blast. I guess we'll fold. As you're supposed to do. Guess we'll just fold. Guess we'll just fold. Guess we'll just fold. Nice disciplined poker. You know, one thing you do have to be aware of, like whenever you are playing free rolls that are essentially for quote-unquote play money, even though it's not play money at all, some people are just going to be bonkers, insane, and aggressive. And, you know, you got to not let people like that run you over. You got to be like aware of the game you're playing, right? Like some people just want to try to bust John Little, or some people view it as literally nothing, or they're going to play 100% of hands, whatever, right? And so paying attention is very important in spots like this. Like right here, I'm getting the vibe this player likes to play lots of hands, so that makes this hand go way up in value naturally, right? 4 of diamonds is clearly terrible. We'll let it go check, check. And we just want no diamond on the river. 5 on the river, okay. 7-6 gets there. So the opponent bets medium. I'm trying to think if we can raise this. This is probably a raise in GTO world, but you really don't want to raise and get jammed, and we will get jammed sometimes, I think. So I'm just going to call, but like, we win here almost every time. Queen 9, okay. If you could expect the opponent to play like more predictably on the river, I think you can definitely put in the raise there. And I think that's good and fine and reasonable. But like right there, you have to be careful that you're not playing like some leveling game that doesn't necessarily exist, right? Like maybe the opponent's just playing great, and then or maybe they're playing insane, or maybe they're playing nitty. I just don't know, right? So in spots like that where it's relatively high risk and you kind of just don't know, either lean on GTO principles, or I think it's often better to take the cautious way out, especially in a game where you expect to have a decent edge, right? It's kind of like World Series main event mentality where you just don't want to go broke. Now, that doesn't mean you should turn down all sorts of high EV spots, right? Can't go around folding the pocket aces pre-flop like some people have said you should do, LOL. But you can turn down thin-ish value raises for a lot of chips. I believe SC is a sweepstakes coin, which you can cash out for money. Somehow, some way. You can still get in the free roll, by the way. Late registration is open. All of you can get in. Head over to pokercoaching.com/freeroll to sign up for ClubWPT. The code is little for the tournament. There it is. Go here. Follow the directions. You have a little bit of late registration available. A little bit of late registration still available. It's a tongue twister. A little bit of late registration still available. All right, we start with 8,000 chips in this tournament. Kind of a weird number. None of that really matters. We just have X amount of big blinds, right? Always think in terms of big blinds. Don't think, oh, I'm playing for lots of money or anything like that. Just stay sane. Stay calm. Stay sane. Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy, everyone. It occurred to me a while back that I think like a lot of the biggest winners in poker have an amazing ability to just stay sane and not do anything stupid. Just don't do anything stupid. And I think a lot of players blow themselves up by just doing stupid stuff. Sporadically, randomly, whatever. They're just like trying to be creative, trying to be fancy, trying to level their opponents and all this. And while there is certainly room and merit to that, especially against the weaker players, when you're playing against good people, you kind of just have to not blow yourself up. Just don't blow yourself up. Ooh, we got an interesting board here. It was a limp pot, bet flop. This guy bet flop, this guy bet turn. I get 2 pair on the river. We'll go for a big value bet. He snap calls me with a queen. We get paid. Nice. If he blasted the river and I didn't get an ace or 9 or flush, I was probably going to fold because it was a multi-way limp pot. $30 late registration still available. Check out pokercoaching.com/freeroll to sign up using code PC. Nothing makes me happier than just giving all of you free money. Last week, I collected a lot of it, or 2 weeks ago, I collected a lot of it. I believe I got 400 of it for taking 4th place. Today, let's see what the prizes are, roughly. Does it say? Let's see. Rewards. Is that what they call it now? First reward, $900. Second reward, $563. Third reward, $400. Fourth reward, $300. Then $225. Then wow, they play a lot of places. They pay 100. What? 142 get in the money? Oh, interesting. 142 people get in the money and get $9. It's kind of like a satellite. There's 400 people, so a third of the people get in the money. That's a nice way to do in free rolls, actually, I think. I think that makes a whole lot more sense. Because if you're trying to give away money to people, you might as well spread it around, you know? All right, facing the raise, we will, of course, call. We get second pair. Check, call, check, call. Turn 8. We can probably just bet for value / protection here, right? We get called. We can just check the river. Interesting river for me. I think we can go bet small now. Medium? Yeah, medium's probably good. If we get raised, I will be sick about it. But I think we can get value here pretty reasonably. And we do. Three, 2 offsuit out of position is just not playable in a regular tournament structure. This is a effectively regular tournament setup, different than the cash games, right? The cash games on the site have 3 blinds. The tournaments are, call them normal, 2 blinds and regular ante. Oh boy, we got the aces in the 2-4-8 game. Fold, 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 fold. It's like they know. How do they know? Fold, 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 fold. A lot of people get frustrated when they have aces and they get no action, but they don't realize that when you have aces, it's less likely anybody else has anything, right? Because you have the 2 aces. It's hard for anybody else to have anything good. We get no action. Sad day. Sad day. It's not a sad day. It's an awesome day. It's an awesome day. Hope you're all having an awesome day. Any day we get to give away $5,000 to all of you is an awesome day. Oh, man, oh, man. So this guy, Hey, has been playing quite aggressively. I guess we'll just fold again. $10-9 suited. We can call a 3-bet with this one. If somebody raises, we can mix it up, but I like to just call. Again, call it main event strategy of try to not go broke. Try to not go broke, if at all possible. All right, flush draw. Got queens over here in the 2-4-8 game. Lots of action. Got ace-jack on the other table. On sites where they don't give you much of a time bank, you do need to make sure you're like not getting tricky with timing or anything like that and blundering yourself by accident. So don't blunder yourself by accident. That's the most important thing. We can call again with flush draw. Just try to spike. We made the nut flush draw on the other table and lost. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Over here we have bad flush draw. And we're going to lose as well. Again, flush draw, flush draw, flush draw, lose, 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 lose. Flush draw, flush draw, flush draw, lose, 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 lose. Top up, read by. Chips, chips, we need more chips. Our queens lost to the king 7. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Sometimes that's how it goes. Don't get flustered, don't get sad, don't get depressed. Simply keep playing good poker. Keep playing good poker. Keep playing good poker. Over and over and over and over again. Keep playing good poker. Don't lose your mind. Just keep playing good poker. Yeah? That's all you can do. Queen 9 suited. It's a good poker hand. There's no bounty on my head. Stop trying to bust me. I think 3 ways we should probably not bluff. Just try to get there. Maybe we could bluff the turn, but it's so easy for someone to have something, right? When it's easy for someone to have something and it's not, and you don't have it, multi-way, somebody else probably has it. Somebody else probably has it. Is there a way to see the last hand? Oh, hands. Let's see. Does that work? We'll figure that one out later. We'll play this ace and king. Ace and king is really good. If we get 3-bet, well, we're not going to get 3-bet. All right, out of position. We're going to do a lot of checking to this guy, I think, in general, because he seems kind of aggressive. But when we flop nuts, I'm just going to bet, I believe. Or maybe we just check. This guy's been very, very, very aggressive. I think the play is check, call, check jam, right? I know that sounds nowhere near GTO, et cetera, but so far, Hey has been pretty battly, and I get the vibe they may go off. I want to make it look like I have ace high, pocket pair, queen jack, and I'll fold it to lots of aggression. Snap check on the turn. I will check on all the rivers to try again to give a chance to bluff. Make it look like I have ace high. All right, can we raise river now? Probably. God, I hope I don't get jammed. That would be so sick. I think you can get away with raising when you have the ace of clubs in your hand. Without the ace of clubs, it's probably closer to just call. And I don't know what they had there, but I think we probably got a decent chunk more than maybe we should have naturally by checking. All right, we raise, we get 3-bet. When you raise under the gun and get 3-bet, second position just has to have a good hand. So, get out of the way. Cold call here. This is going to be very wide. Have I seen any fun screen names? Honestly, I don't even read the screen names. Oh, man. I barely read the screen names. If the password is not working for you, the password is little. Capital L, lowercase ITTLE. Is there a late registration? There is. For 20 minutes. 15 minutes once you see this, because I'm on a 5-minute delay. How often do we do free rolls? We do free rolls decently often. We work with various partners to give free money to all of you. Check out PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. Get on my email list. We'll make you aware of all these tournaments and all this money we're giving away. We gave away about $100,000 so far over the last year to all of you. Huge thanks to ClubWPT. They gave $5,000 2 weeks ago, $5,000 again today. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? All I can do is give you all free money. What's happening here? Under the gun raised? I'm getting a little confused because we're playing this straddle games on the side, these cash games. All right, top pair. This might be a spot to lead. Multi-way. I think we probably can. I got to presume this is a hand that doesn't mind leading. It's because it's almost always good but vulnerable. We can easily get called by worse stuff. If we face much resistance, we can chill out. But like, notice by betting the flop, whatever they folded, these two guys, whatever they folded has some equity, right? And that's great for me. We can probably just value bet turn and then check river. All right, we bet and get called again. All right. Look, I'm going to go for thin-ish value bet on the river. It's kind of hard to get called by too much worse, but I think in a free roll it's probably okay. And we do extract value, so that is good. That worked out about as well as it could have. Check out pokercoaching.com/freeroll for info on how to get in. Thanks again to all of you for being here today. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're enjoying the show, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell. I'm going to do my best to crush all of you and win the $1,000 first place. $932 first place. Plenty. There's plenty to go around. They are paying a lot of people today. They are paying, does it say? 152 people. There's currently 392. So about a third of the people are going to get some money out of this thing, which is awesome. Jack 10 suited. Suited never losed. Lose it? No, suited never lose it? Is that what they say? All right, facing a limp. I think we can raise it. We have to be a little bit careful trying to bulldoze around here against these players. I think I'll just limp it. Why not? I kind of, again, fear bloating the pot, making it huge, and getting pushed out somehow, some way. So when they checked me on the flop, I think we can reasonably bet. We can get called by some worse hands. Obviously, we have a good draw. We can extract value and all that. Two callers. We will check on a lot of turns if we don't improve. We do improve. It's almost always going to be good, which is excellent. Can bet again. Then we go medium. No action. I just had a very odd hand here. It went limp, call, raise, 3-bet. Oh no, it went limp. It went raise, call, 3-bet, 4-bet, cold call. Okay? On the flop, it went check, bet tiny, minimum raise. And so I folded the queens. I hope I'm not showing something really dumb here. Like, what is happening? They're betting no chips. I don't even know what's happening in this hand. This is a smaller stake game, the 20 cent, 50 cent dollar game. Like, what are they doing? Literally, what are they doing? What is happening right here? I mean, what is that? That's just like the worst play I've ever seen in my life. This guy, 3-bet and then cold call the 4-bet, or call the 4-bet. Both horrible, horrible plays. Trashed my money, though. I'm happy for them. Oh, at least we were behind the king 8 and we made the good fold on the flop against the check minimum raise with top pair no kicker. All right, everybody. Let's get serious. Thank you for the free rolls and the awesome content. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're loving Peak GTO. I'm glad to hear it. If you've not already, check out peakgto.com, which is our GTO solver. We actually have a very nice leak finder update coming out in the very near future where you can test yourself and get real actionable info in real time, or not in real time, brain's broken, you can play a hand and then you get feedback on which drills you should be going through, which is very, very valuable in my opinion. These levels are quick. Yes, it's a free roll. We're trying to get you all some money quickly. The password is at pokercoaching.com/freeroll. Please go there and read the website. It's right at the top of the page. If you don't see it, I'll tell it to you. It is little. Poker Go Studio tournaments are starting back up tomorrow. And for all next week, they have a $5,000 buy-in tournament. Same amount as a whole free roll. Every day for the next 6 days. I'm excited to be playing those. They're all weird bounty structures, which will throw in a wrinkle. Oh yeah, on ClubWPT, by the way, they have lots of free rolls all the time. Usually not a $5,000 free roll like this one, but they have a lot of free rolls on the site, to the point that if you have a small bankroll or you just like want to get some practice playing tournaments, this is a really good spot to do it. Literally free money. Especially think like this one, right? There's how many people are there that's still remaining? They pay 162 people, right? It's a third of the field. They pay a third of the field. It's a little bit of money. I mean, that's awesome. Basically splashing the pot. You're riding high right now. So one thing I think a lot of people overly focus on is how they're doing in the tournament at the moment, especially when it doesn't really matter. Early in a tournament, it doesn't matter at all. And really, at any point in time in the tournament, it doesn't really matter how you're doing. What matters is essentially how many big blinds you have, and not a whole lot else. Just keep playing great. Just keep playing great. Can I message you? I cannot message you. I'm doing a poker stream right now. I'm only one person, everybody. I'm only one person. Interesting. How is the volume on the audio? Because I'm looking at my sound setting thing over here, and it looks like there's sounds. But if you tell me you can't hear them, I believe you. With the king, queen suited in our little game. 20-cent, 50-cent dollar. We're going to try to stack some people. Easy money. I think we can go for frequent small c-bet. If we get raised, I don't really see how I can fold. Turn is great. We'll just keep putting money in the pot. Put money in the pot. Make good hand, put money in the pot. Make good hand, put money in the pot. Do me a favor. While you're here, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell. If you do sign up at ClubWPT, I'd appreciate it if you use code PC at PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. You can still get in if you hurry. 9 minutes late registration, 4 minutes by the time you see it. Literally free money for all of you at PokerCoaching.com/freeroll. Nine three offsuit, nothing to write home about. Password is case sensitive. It's how it goes. It's how it goes. It's how it is sometimes. Interesting, interesting. Big pot brewing. Queen nine offsuit's not quite good enough. Okay. Jack 10 suited. Sorry, buddy, I'm not talking so much. We are slammed with everything. We are slammed with everything. We are slammed with everything. Control C, Control V. There you go. Post. All right, we got the nuts. That's good. We should just bet and try to get money in the pot, right? It's very easy for the opponent to have something. And if they have nothing like pocket sixes, they're not going to pay us anyway. So here we just want to bet and try to get money in against top pair type stuff. I realize it's a frustrating scenario right there where you make the nuts, you want to get paid. The problem, though, is that if he has nothing, like say he does have pocket sixes. Say he has pocket sixes. He's just not going to put money in the pot, right? Unless he decides to run the bluff, which maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I think when most people check there after raising under the gun to 3.5x, they either have a really good hand and they're trying to get tricky and trappy, in which case we want to put a lot of money in the pot, or they have nothing. And if they have nothing, we're not going to get paid. And if they have something, we just need to make the pot as big as we can. So we have 13,000 chips. We started with 8. We've almost doubled up. They are not playing especially good poker on my 25-cent, 50-cent dollar cash game. I raised, somebody called. Big blind made it 44 big blinds. I had ace jack offsuit, and the player's been insane, so I pushed all in for 200 big blinds. Snap folded. Everybody snap folded. Like, what? It's how they do. It's how they do. Waiting for the next hand. Did they just move my table? Okay. Always make sure you're paying attention to poker and not all over the place and all the screens. When they move tables, you need to clearly recognize the same player in the seat, the person two to your left is no longer the same person. Did they let you take notes on this site? They probably do, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. Obviously, do everything you can to tag your opponents. I don't know if they have anything like that on the site yet. But, of course, that's going to be very beneficial. You folded ace-king suited pre-flop. Oh, don't do that. Ace-king suited's a pretty good hand. You're not going to find a whole lot better than that. All right. Get it done. Have a great stream. Thank you very much. I will always have a great stream. You love the GTO quizzes and charts. I'm glad to hear it. We have a poker coaching app. I think we have the Peak GTO app out as well currently. Just released it recently. Definitely check out peakgto.com if you've not already been. We've been working on the GTO trainer a ton. We have lots of quizzes, drills, interactive content to help you get really, really good at poker. Lots of green juice today. This is one of my favorites. Green Devotion by Evolution Fresh. 125 calories in the entire bottle. I think it tastes great, too, somehow, some way. I don't know how you make it taste great and have no sugar. But that's what's happening. 4 grams of sugar. So 16 or 20 grams of sugar in the gigantic bottle. Of course, no added sugar. All right, limp. Okay. I'm just going to fold this. I don't know what's happening. I don't know the players. I don't know if this is standard. I'm unsure what's happening. When you don't know what's happening and you have a marginal spot, especially if you don't think you can just get away with like bulldozing people, which I don't think you can do in a free roll, just fold. WPT has lots of loose players. Indeed. One of the benefits of the site. Indeed. Playing on sites where the games are soft will result in you having a much bigger win rate compared to if you play in games where the games are not soft. All right, 181 people getting in the money now. It's great to see. Can you believe we get to give away 181 of you are going to get some money today just for showing up to the stream. Isn't that cool? 516 players remain, so about half the field remaining is going to get in the money. Super chatting for good luck. Thank you. Good luck, Lee. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. How often do I stream live sessions? Not a whole lot, but, you know, if Club WPT is going to give away $5,000 to all of you, I'll get on here and play. I'll try to collect my share of it. I took 4th place 2 weeks ago for about $400, which is quite lovely. I don't do a whole lot of streaming, though. The problem with streaming is it takes a lot of time. A lot of time. And in terms of, like, useful things Jonathan Little personally can do that's very useful and scalable and won't get just lost, because, like, after today's stream, no one's going to watch the stream again, right? I much prefer to make, like, YouTube content or things that will not necessarily get lost, or content for PokerCoaching.com, right? And so if I can make a YouTube video in an hour, or I can make a stream in 5 hours and 100,000 people will watch the YouTube video, or 3,000 people will watch the stream, or whatever the number ends up being, it's a much better use, at least of my time personally, to make other kinds of content than exactly streams. But I realize streams are fun. I'm here happy to do it sometimes. But I'm not going to be a professional streamer anytime soon, because I'd rather work an hour. 10-8 suited. Do we pop it up? Got to be a little bit careful, of course. I mean, look, in reality, this might just be a fold, but I'm not really trying to fold. Not really trying to fold. A long time ago, back when I used to play online poker on a site that had no notes, okay? Had no notes. You know what I did? I got a little Rolodex. A little Rolodex. Like cards. I got, I don't know what these things are called. Small cards, right? 3x5 cards. And I would write the player's name at the top, and I would physically write notes about every player that I played with. And then, anytime I would go to a table, I would pull out my notes and lay them out in front of me. So don't say, oh man, there's no notes, it's tough, you can't keep track of anything. If you try, you actually can. And if you're playing in a small player pool against the same people, notes are great. Why is it not showing the rank or tournament level? It's actually up here above the screen. I don't know why. My overlay is not good. Sorry. Our overlay is broken. We'll have a new one next time. I, in theory, could do like this number, I guess. I can make this screen smaller, I guess. And do like that, but that's ugly. Maybe it's better, though. You think that's better? Let me know if you think that's better. Because ideally, I want to show my... I don't want all this blank space on the side. Queen 10 offsuit under the gun. We can just let it go. Everyone likes the avatars, huh? It's so funny because like on some sites they would let you put your own avatar, but I was always like kind of against that in terms of just like things to do, because anything you can do to draw attention to yourself and make you as a player more recognizable, I think is bad, right? And like we talked about this a minute ago. I kind of struggle with names in general, and like I don't know who any of these players' names are. Like I don't even read them. And so like imagine you could have like a unique special avatar. A lot of people think, oh, that's cool, but in reality, it's like, oh, then that means that's that guy that does blank and blank and blank, right? Like imagine earlier I swapped tables when I wasn't paying attention because I was playing too many tables, and I didn't even know I was swapping tables. Imagine like the player here who had like imagine I had like a super bright pink avatar or something, right? And it was like clearly different. And then it's no longer there. That would trigger me into knowing, okay, different person. And if it's a different person, then obviously we're gonna play differently. Are we done with coin poker? I don't think so. Always check out pokercoaching.com/freeroll. We have lots of free rolls happening where we give you lots of free money. So check out pokercoaching.com/freeroll to stay up to date. If you have any questions or anything like that, always send an email to support@pokercoaching.com. We have lots of, call it sensitive information. I just can't be throwing it all out here, but we are doing everything we can to continuously get you all lots and lots and lots of free value. If you're on our email list, we will email you about any upcoming giveaways. All right, limp. This player limped earlier, but I don't really like raising so much out of position with medium-ish strength hands like this. I much prefer to raise much more linearly against limpers, because limpers are limping a lot of medium strength stuff, and when they're limping medium strength stuff, you want to raise hands that are beating the medium strength stuff, right? So there I'm doing a lot of checking with the medium and bad hands and raising very linearly, just in general. I believe registration is officially closed. $181 get in the money. 516 of you showed up. Awesome. Min raise and call, you can't really call small blind with junk. So we will relinquish the pot. Can I talk about the other players once I fold? Well, unfortunately for all of you, I'm talking to the chat. I got another game over here. We got lots of stuff happening. I am not sitting here playing online poker and trying to, I guess, call it analyze every single hand. I know you should try your best, but that's not what I am doing right now today. In live poker, you certainly do that kind of thing. Online, it's a little bit tougher. Like right here, what do I think they're doing? I don't know. I haven't even paid attention to the hand. And this probably is call it a bad habit I've developed from playing 24 tables at a time, where you fold and move on, you fold and move on, you fold and move on, you fold and move on. And really, I would rather chat with all of you than trying to pay attention to all these hands. All right, player limps again. So now this is an example of a spot where I'll raise with the ace-10 offsuit, right? This player seems to be limping a decent amount, probably with lots of medium strength stuff. So we can raise the ace-10 very clearly, just straight up for value. It's like 5 big blinds. If they fold, fine. If they don't, whatever. If we get jammed, I would, of course, fold. It would be a bad spot. I don't expect to get jammed all that often. I do expect to get called a lot, though. So hopefully we raise it pre-flop, extracted some value. I don't think we get the continuation bet here. It's very easy for the opponent to have something. And I think their limping range is going to be a lot of medium stuff, right? So this flop should be pretty good for them. So we'll let it go check. And if we check it down, we can probably win. We can maybe even call one bet. Facing small bet, we probably have to call. Just straight pot odds, right? 3 to win 18. An ace and a 10 are very likely good. And every once in a while, we just win at the showdown. 4 on the river. So now I think we can fold. It's definitely an annoying spot. Might be a spot to bluff all in reality. Ha. But I think we can just fold this one, right? I do think that's going to be a lot of thin value. If this was like, call it for real money, I would consider jamming that spot on the river with my particular hand. But not in a free roll where people just say, call. And then you're like, oh, I lose. All right, we'll raise again with the queens. We'll make it 6 now. I mean, I really just hope this is a shove. If this is a shove, I'll just call. I'll actually call kind of quick and try to make it look like a misclick if they do shove. Please shove. All right. We'll raise it up. Get called. I mean, look, if we just get an overpair, we're clearly going with it, right? Not much to see here. Imagine we're going to get called here and probably called here. And if we get an overpair, we're going to stack off. And if we don't get an overpair, we're not going to stack off. Ooh, okay. It's an overpair. I think we can go 6, right? And again, this is one of those spots where if they just have it, they have it, and I lose. And I realize totally this player could easily have it with a 10 because they limp pre-flop and then call the raise, right? This 10 is going to nail their limping range with like king 10, queen 10, jack 10, whatever. But sack's too short. You prefer to hide avatars. I think you don't want to hide avatars in general because the avatars do give you some sort of marker that the player is the player. Because like I promise you all, I really just don't read names. And like earlier, I would not have known that we moved tables unless the avatars changed. So, I mean, maybe that's just me, right? But especially on sites where you can put in your custom avatar, on those sites you really want to show them because sometimes you can even get reads off the avatars, right? You've lost 80% in a row on this site. I kind of doubt that's the case. Odds of that are pretty low. A long time ago when I was a fish, I did keep track of aces. I lost with aces. I think it was like 20. It was like maybe it was 22 times in a row, pre-flop all in, because I was like pretty sure I was running bad. And it turns out I was just running bad. You know, still won tons of money over time. But you're gonna go on bad runs sometimes if you play enough. So stop whining about bad luck and instead get better at poker or have better bankroll management. That's what I would recommend. A lot of people like to blame their poor results on everything except for themselves. But quite often, it's you. Also, you got to be aware of the rake, right? Rake exists, right? You could be playing fine, but if the rake is gigantic, then you're going to lose. Ace 10. Late registration is over. You missed it, but always check back at pokercoaching.com/freeroll. We have all sorts of free rolls happening all the time. Isn't it crazy we got to give away $5,000 to the poker coaching community today? We gave away $5,000 2 weeks ago. We just give. Hope you all are gobbling it up, making good use of it. You missed me on Monday mornings. We might get back to that at some point. We'll see. Schedule has been wild. Donk lead flop, we'll just fold. Just fold. think we get a break in a minute. We are on a break. All right, I'm going to go take the break. I'll be back in a second. I'll see all of you soon. Break time, break time. We'll be back soon. 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes. I've been thinking a lot about vitamins recently, and I have no clue if they actually do anything or not. Oh, is that a weird thing to say? I got these Groon's Superfood Gummies. Dal Negreanu recommended them, I believe, on his podcast. And they claim it has a bunch of stuff in it that's good for you. I don't know. When you take vitamins every day, are they good for you? I don't know. You like playing sit and goes. We have a full-time job, so you're worried you can't play them enough to make a real profit and beat variance. Well, how many are you playing? I mean, look, in reality, if you play 1,000 games, you're going to get pretty decent results, or pretty decent feedback on if you're winning or losing. Over the course of like 5,000 games, you have a very clear idea of if you're winning or losing. But I mean, every poker game is just a return on investment idea, right? So imagine you play a $10 buy-in sit and go. Imagine you play a $10 buy-in sit and go. If you have 5% return on investment, you make 50 cents. And that's it, on average. So you do the math. You play 1,000 games times 50 cents, you make $500. And that's it. It's just a math thing. But I mean, it's effectively the same thing with any poker game. If you play cash games, you make X amount per hand, right? And that's kind of how you need to view it. Don't view it as, oh, I win or lose X amount today, or I can't get through the variance. I mean, if anything, singles don't have that much variance because there's only 9 people at the table or whatever, right? Multi-table tournaments have way more variance. Like if you want to talk about getting through the variance, multi-table tournaments have insane variance. Cash games don't have that much variance either, really. But yeah, sit and goes are a great way to get a hold of some money. It's not a great way to get rich. It's a great way to get a hold of some money, which I think is very, very valuable. All right, 6-5 offsuit. We will defend against the raise and a call, though it's probably close. Today is a $5,000 free roll. We gave away $5,000 to the poker coaching community thanks to ClubWPT Gold. If you want to be made aware of all of our other free rolls we have going on, check out pokercoaching.com/freeroll. We update that page regularly. Also get on our email list. All right, facing the bet, we will call one time, and then I think we're going to end up folding to later aggression. I could easily have a 9 here, right? So the opponent can't go too nuts. Ace on the turn is rough because they're going to improve sometimes. And now we have full, right? So a lot of people look at this and think, oh man, you're getting pushed around. But as long as we have a lot of 9x in our range, we're going to demolish our opponent in this spot. Because I'm going to call with really just draws a 9 and a 6, right? And sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. This time we don't. And that's okay. All right, we have 27 big blinds. 286 people remain. 181 get in the money. So we need to try to sneak in the money. Looks like we're all going to get about $7 back if you get in the money. First place in this free-to-play tournament that I hope all of you got in is $900. Pretty nice to know that one of you is going to be walking away here with $900 richer today. Glad to hear it. Okay. You miss little coffee in the mornings. Yeah, it just does not work with the schedule currently. Speaking of schedule, tomorrow, starts a whole month of tournaments in the Poker Go studio. They have a no limit hold'em tournament almost every day this month. I'm going to be in the action, playing almost every day this month. Looking forward to that. I have some action available on Poker Stake at little to no markup. Check that out if you want to get some action. All right. Let's try to win this tournament. Just like that, we've lost a few more people. Getting a little bit closer to getting in the money. I will treat this tournament as I am trying to make as much money possible, which means not playing to win or doing anything like that. King, queen offsuit. Lovely hand. But yeah, vitamins. Do they work? Do they not work? Who in the world knows? You don't even know if they work. That's the crazy part, right? I don't know. They say they do. I guess if you're super deficient in a vitamin, you find out real quick. All right. Look, this player's quite loose. I'm going to fold this, but this could just be like a horrible punt. I mean, king, queen is usually very dominated against a 3-bet and a cold call, but in free rolls, against players who are too loose, splashy, whatever, that's not necessarily going to be the case. But I think it's still okay just to ditch it. 2 big blind bet. Hugo can't really fold much of anything here. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything you even could fold. If you have like ace-4 offsuit or something. So ace, jack, and 10. So, you know, like fold with the king, queen's very reasonable. You can no longer register the free roll. You were late. We've only been telling you about it for the last month. I'm sorry you missed it. But the people who are here, they're going to get their share of $5,000 today. I went to the Unity show at the Sphere last night. That's why my brain was a little bit fried. It was awesome. Would highly recommend going if you like EDM music, and the tickets aren't even all that expensive. So that's cool. That's cool. 9-7 offsuit. Okay. 25 big blinds. We're going to have to make something work. You're sitting at my table. Well, I hope I stack you. Does that mean? Nah, it's not mean. It's fine. Goat. Goat. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, feel free to type them in. I'm happy to discuss whatever you want to discuss. Hope life is going very well for you. Poker season is coming up, starting tomorrow. I did not go to Barcelona or Florida after the World Series. Got a lot of stuff to do in general. And now it's poker time in Vegas. There's 6 $5,000 buy-in tournaments. Then there's some stuff at Venetian, I believe, at 3,500 and a few more 5Ks. And then I believe it's called the Poker Masters or something like that. One of those Poker Go series happens right after that. And then for some reason, after that, they have a ton of PLO tournaments, which I will not be participating in. Because I don't think I'm the best PLO player in the world. All right. Eights, we'll just slow play. Check call, check call, check. Take it easy. Take it easy. Tank and call again. And then tank on the river and call. Easy game. Check. It's a good bluffing card for them. Notice here they had 0% equity, so checking was the only way to get any money in the pot. 9-8 suited, it's a decent hand to limp. Going back to this idea of like raising limpers, I really don't think we want to be raising limpers with medium strength hands because I just don't think they're going to fold ever in a free roll or close enough to ever in a free roll, to the point that we don't really want to be raising out of position with the 9 high. It's just not what you want to be doing, right? 9 high is not a good hand to raise when you're going to get called every time. So just call, limp, see the flop, right? I think a lot of people think you have to raise the limpers. You have to raise the limpers, but that's just not true. You do not have to raise the limpers. You're allowed to limp and see the free flop with a hand that really wants to see the free flop. I don't think we need to bet the turn. I mean, we have junk pair. No one's ever going to fold a better hand, so we'll just check and call. And then check, fold the river if you miss. Interesting one. I think we'll just check. Check. I mean, there may be some merit in leading this river because he should have like no 9s, but the problem is he could just easily have king jack, right? Easily. That makes a whole lot of sense. And again, notice he had a hand that like can't win at the showdown, and we gave him a chance to bluff it, which he didn't bluff it 2 times in a row with hands that can't win at the showdown. So maybe we should stop giving that player chances to do that. But I think it's okay. How do you navigate through variants of low stakes tournaments? Play a lot of them. A lot of people think you can just like will yourself to win or something, but recognize when you're playing a tournament, you're going to have 20-30% return on investment if you're good, right? And you're going to have a lot of variance. So if you don't like variance, imagine you tell me, Jonathan, I hate variance. Is there a way to minimize variance in tournaments? The answer is yes. Play smaller field events. Stop playing events that have 3,000 people. Instead, play events that have 100 people or 40 people. All right, we raise it up. We get 3-bet. We'll be all in with the jacks. Oh, we're definitely all in with the jacks. Hopefully they don't snap me off with some nonsense. We get snapped against the king and queen, 50-50. Still 50-50. Still 50-50. We win. That's good. So when it goes raise and 3-bet, I think the king queen probably just wants to shove it all in. I think that's probably going to be the right play. We'll raise it up. If we get jammed, we'll of course call. Easily call. Against the jack and 7, 50-50. We win. That's good. New table? Okay. The heck is this? I want to buy parking. I'm going back to the sphere again tonight. It was so good. All right. We're in. I'm so excited. Oh, gosh. I love EDM. EDM's wonderful. We had front row seats in the third section for what in my mind was a good deal. $300 a seat. In the middle, front row of the third section, you'll be able to see everything. It'll be wonderful. Don't even bother with the World Series ring events. I mean, if they're online, I'll play them, because in reality, they are just normal, everyday tournaments. But no, I'm not going to go play live ones. You got to realize, whenever you're going to play poker tournaments, right, it's all a return on investment thing. So imagine you're going to go play, let's say, a series of $300 tournaments. Let's just pretend, okay? Say there's 5 $300 tournaments you want to play. Let's make it easier. Say there's 3 $300 tournaments you want to play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay? That means you're going to invest $900. Maybe if you re-enter, let's say on average you invest $1,500, okay? Let's say you have 30% return on investment. That means you're going to make $300 on average. Or no. You're going to make, call it $500 per average if you're 33%, which is a good return on investment. So if you have a good return on investment, you're going to make 33% return on, you're going to make $500. That's kind of the best you're hoping for on average, okay? So then you have to ask, how much does it cost to get there? Well, you got to drive there or fly there or whatever. You got to get a hotel room, right? That's going to cost some amount of money, $80 a night, $100 a night, something like that. And you got to eat food that probably costs more expensive than normal. That's an extra $20 or $30 a day, right? So right there, we're looking at perhaps $390 in expenses that you would not otherwise incur. So do you want to go, quote unquote, work? It's not actually work, but do you want to go, quote unquote, work for 3 days to make $100 out the door? All right, I'm going to call this. I don't really love the spot, but I think it's fine. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Ugh, not fine. With backdoor flush draw, in a spot like this where you can have a lot of draws, And like giving us a short second of free roll, they might just jam like king, queen or something on the flop. I think that's a pretty easy call. Anyway, yeah, so you have to ask yourself, like, do you want to go play poker for 3 days to hopefully make $100 out the door? And for me, the answer is no. But for a lot of people, they're happy to go play for fun. They lose to go play. Most people lose to go play, right? But I got a lot of stuff to do. I get to play plenty of poker. And so that makes me be selective on the events that I play, right? So I try to play tournament series that offer a lot of volume in a short period of time. I mean, I really like playing in Vegas because, like, for example, all September, there's a $5,000 tournament basically every day at the Poker Go studio or at Venetian, which is great. It's great. The games will be good. The venues will be nice. In a $5,000 tournament, maybe you make only 10% return on investment, let's say, and that's still $500 a day, right? Which is fine. I'll get out of bed for $500 a day still. They're good publicity. They give you no rake. They give you free food. It's awesome. So that kind of thing makes a whole lot of sense. But the idea of like, I guess what the answer is, I don't play just to play. And whenever you're playing smaller buy-in tournaments, you're just not going to make much money out the door. So the question becomes, why even play them? And I would ask you the same question. Why even play the small stakes tournaments that have high rake that demand you travel and spend a lot of money to get there? It's like right here, this is another spot where kind of like the ace-5 suit earlier, where I think it's better to just limp in the free roll where you're going to get called a lot and then have to play out of position. So just call, see a flop, go from there. All right, we'll just fold. Sorry, everyone. I'm doing a million things. Doing a million things like always. Like always. Bought these tickets that says VIP ticket package, but it doesn't say what that is. Weird. Let's see. Let's see. Doesn't say the hotel package. All right. checking in from 2007, the good old days. Isn't it crazy? I've been a professional poker player for 22 years. Isn't that nuts? Over half my life. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Over half my life. It's been a good life. It's been a good life. I'll take it. All right, we're in this tournament still. We're currently doing pretty great. We started with 8,000 chips. We have 35,000. $205 people remain. 181 get in the money. Okay? 181 get in the money. 205 remain. We are almost in the money is what's happening here. That means almost everyone still in the tournament is going to walk away with at least $7.25. Thanks to ClubWPT Gold. Huge thanks to them for making it happen. Still going to try to crush all of you. They let me have it with the pocket twos. Pocket deuces, never loses. So yeah, you're saying you got a 2-hour drive each way to the casino. And like that's really the problem, right? Is you have to ask, what is my time worth? What is the effort worth? But again, you're going to play because you like to go play poker, right? And because this is the closest you have available, most likely, right? It's all about the utility of your time and like what you're trying to accomplish in life, right? I mean, some people really want to win a World Series circuit ring. It's like their dream. So they're willing to, I'll call it make sacrifices to make it happen. So I'm going to 3-bet this, but I could be convinced on the bubble I'm supposed to just like rip it in. It's kind of a weird bubble though, because you know a third of the field gets in the money. Best Bet Jacks here. Been to Best Bet Jacksonville many times. Love their venue. They have it's all good. Ace-9 offsuit. It's a great flop. We'll bet on the bigger side, just hope they have something, right? It's a spot where they're going to have all sorts of draws, so we can just bet on the bigger side. But yeah, I mean, if you're playing poker for fun, it's not a question of like, does it make sense to play or is it worth it for you? Because you're not playing poker to try to make as much money as possible. So here, I don't think this counts as a re-raise. So I'm going to call. Always be aware of short stacks, right? If this is a re-raise, then I would really not call because it's going to go raise, call, shove, re-raise, and we both got to fold. I'm pretty sure it has to be a full re-raise. This is only 2.7 big blinds, right? So always be hyper aware of that kind of thing. So if that would have reopened, like say they had 3.1 big blinds, I would have folded. Or, you know, 2.1 behind, I would have folded. All right, check. I mean, betting here is good if I'm not going to get jammed on. If I get jammed on ever, it's so bad. And I think in general, people aren't going to jam near the bubble. Maybe they will and ruin my day. Oh my God, they ruined my day. It's a really risky jam because I have all the sets and I have all the ace-4 suiteds. Can we call? 23 to try to win 60. Ooh, is it close? I want a time bank. I think it's going to be a fold, but it's close. The problem there is they can have ace high flush draws and king high flush draws, right? And so it's not just a straight, you're going to win 38% of the time, because we're not going to win 38% of the time, because sometimes our flush is no good. And also sometimes our pairs are no good. It could have just been ace king, right? Ace king may check shove me. You cannot sign up with 2 different promo codes as far as I know. That's a rough one. Maybe I'm supposed to call it off. Well, look, I'm in reality, I'm not supposed to bet to begin with. I realize that. That's like stereotypical GTO poker, 40-inch big blinds deep. Don't bet in spots you don't want to get check shoved on. But we're literally on the bubble of the tournament. So I think we can bet far more often as the big stack because they have to worry about just running into the super nuts, right? So I think it's okay to bet there, although maybe it was optimistic. Which again, look, in reality, I tell my students this all the time. Like, don't make too many generic reads against people you don't really know, right? Because, for all I know, that was like always aces shoving, and then in that case, I'm never getting shoved on, or almost never, because they never have aces, or it maybe was like every ace X, in which case I'm getting wrecked by betting. So instead, the right play is probably just to not bet to begin with. Even accounting for the fact that I'm a big stack on the bubble, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe they don't care about the bubble, right? I don't know. That's the thing, is you don't know. So you should always just kind of like lean on GTO strategies. So maybe a mistake by me there. We are on the bubble. We're in, apparently. We're not in the bubble. We are in the money. Everybody remaining gets $7 and change, at least. First place is $900. I'm going to be going for that. I'm 31 out of 180 people remaining. Let's get it. Again, when you're in a tournament like this, don't get wrapped up on the idea of, oh man, I'm 31 out of 180. I don't need to blow it. Don't think like that. Instead, sit here, be calm, make good, rational decisions. Oh, this isn't live. We're on a 5-minute delay, so you all cannot see my cards. Poker's way harder if your opponents can see your cards, especially if you can't see theirs in return. So I got to be on a delay. You drive an electric vehicle, but the time is the bummer. Time is a bummer. You still got to pay to fill up electric vehicles. It's not free. And you got to sit there and charge it. That said, you might have a place in your house, so it doesn't feel costly. Look, though, in reality, everything has a cost. Everything has a cost, and you have to ask, is the cost worth the reward, right? Heck, me streaming this tournament right now has a cost. I could be doing a bunch of other things. We're actually in the process of remaking the tournament masterclass on PokerCoaching.com. That is a big, big task. We're going to be integrating peak GTO into it so you can train all of the spots to ensure you don't make mistakes. So it's going to be a short lesson, 10 minutes long, some quizzes, some drills for all the common scenarios you're going to be in. And I think that's going to go a long way to really, really, really helping a lot of you get really, really good at poker quickly. I'm all about quick, actionable wins, right? And if I can get good, strong poker fundamentals into your head quickly and efficiently, that's a win-win-win-win for all of us. So I'm really, really excited for that. But what I'm saying is, we've been streaming 2 hours and 15 minutes. And, I could have spent that 2 hours, 15 minutes working on the Poker Coaching Masterclass, right? So this is an opportunity cost. There's always opportunity cost. Tonight, I'm going to the Sphere show again. I could be doing a million other things, like making the tournament masterclass. Instead, I'm going to the Sphere show again because it's excellent. And so, there's opportunity cost to everything. And you got to figure out, is what I'm doing logical? Or, call it worth it, or something that you value, right? All right, 8-6 suited. Against a shove, we will fold. Would you believe I've been playing this silly small stakes cash move here, and there's been like nothing happening. Literally nothing. I've been sitting here with no cards while these players are just going bonkers. And literally nothing has happened. 3 Bitcoin max, he tells me they cashed again today. 3 Bitcoin max. He won the free roll a few weeks ago. Crushing it. Crushing it, crushing it. All right, new table. New table, reads, gone away. We're in the money. By the way, anonymous, your is spelled Y-O-U''RE when it means you are. I'm a stickler for grammar because I had to write all these books. When I first started writing books, I didn't know anything about grammar. So I listened to this podcast called Grammar Girl, and Grammar Girl would teach you all sorts of stuff about grammar. Y-O-U-R means like I am your friend, right? This is your $7.50 you just got. Y-O-U''RE means you are, as in you are in the money, or you are going to win the tournament. If you struggle with grammar, like I did, check out the Grammar Girl podcast. I imagine it still exists. I don't know if she's still making it or anything, but that helped clear up a lot of little tricky things that helped me write better. Shoot, ace queen suited. Ha! Finally got a good hand on the cash game. Almost timed out over here reading an article. All right, new table, 6-4 suited, 6-4 offsuit. All right, we got the ace queen, but we get like the nut low flop. Well, the nut low flop to like have a hand, I think we can bet or check here. If we bet and get jammed, we can call reluctantly. Donk lead, huh? From the big blind. That's like never a good play. I mean, look, we could just be smashed here. How do you stop choking in the difficult spots? You find it hard to fold when the pot is huge and you panic. Get better at poker. Study more to the point that all the spots become routine. Study more, study more, study more. I think we can bet kind of big. Value / protection. Again, a spot I don't think I should get jammed on very often. And then we can check back all rivers. I would check back every river. Check, check. 9-5 suited. So notice we got some nice value in that spot on the turn, while also kind of minimizing getting wrecked. They should probably bluff that river, as weird as that hand was. No, it feels a little bit weird saying somebody should bluff it off on the river when I could easily have a boat, but the thing is that I have I shouldn't be betting the turn very many jacks there. And I shouldn't have that many tens to begin with. Oh my gosh, such a tiny bet. Against such a tiny bet, maybe I'm supposed to float, but with a 7, do I float it? God, I'm gonna fold, but that might be a spot to call. But yeah, how do you stop choking, or how do you stop making bad decisions is the question. Study more. Study way more. Wait, can you buy more time bank? You can buy more time bank for half a small blind in the cash games? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's nuts. Sell you time banks. I don't like that. 3 Bitcoin Max, he got in with aces pre-flop and lost. So did Jay Nandez. All right, we got the pocket twos. I mean, think about it, right? Like, imagine, like talking about choking, right? Like pre-flop, 7-2 offsuit, don't play. Don't play 7-2 offsuit pre-flop. Pocket twos right here, don't play, right? Like, so how is this an obvious spot? The answer is we've been in this spot a lot. And we studied, and we know this is like a very, very bad hand here. I've studied poker some. If you are totally, totally new to poker, you may not fold the pocket twos on the flop, even though it's like so obvious, right? So the question then becomes, if that's obvious, what's a slightly more difficult decision? Say you have pocket sixes instead. Is that still obvious? What if you have pocket tens? Is that still obvious? Like, where's the line of obviousness, right? And as you get better and better and better, more things will naturally become obvious to you, or obvious enough to you to the point that you don't have to think about it. And so that's how you stop choking, is you get better and better at poker. Easy call here, of course. But I realize that all situations are not going to be easy, and you can't study everything. But, I mean, using peak GTO and going through the drill of the days and going through all of the drills for all the spots that cause you trouble is going to be very, very beneficial to you. So you got to get in there. You got to study. Somehow now at this table, they decided they don't want to play with me. All right. I got to figure out how much is in the pot. There's $1.10 in the pot. What? Wait, what? I don't even understand what's happening. All right. It's important to recognize if there's a lot of money or a little money in the pot. If there's a little money, you play way tighter. If there's a lot of money, you don't play tighter. All right, ace-10 offsuit. Did I say that backwards? If the pot's bigger, you play wider. I'm about to stack this guy on the first hand. Okay. All right, raise, 3-bet, cold call, fold. Fold, fold. All right, nobody wants to play with me. That's a shame. Why was it like this horrible check shove in that spot? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, what is happening? Again, everybody, don't get wrapped up in, ooh, I'm in 75th place or anything like that. It does not matter. It does not matter. That is information that does not matter. If I can get one thing into everybody's heads, stop worrying about stuff that doesn't matter. Please. And most things don't really matter all that much. Like, am I average stack? Am I chip leader? How many people are left? I mean, like, people are left matters for payout implications, of course. But most things in most spots don't actually matter all that much. Ace and king, that's good. Facing a raise to 4 big blinds. I guess I just put it in, right? We can't really make it 10, I don't think. So we'll just shove. Snap called. Ace and king. All right, 50-50. Lots of 50-50s today. And look, I get the idea that whenever you're playing poker, you kind of like, you're excited about it, you're thrilled, you're pumped. But I have found, for me at least, I do my best by a mile when I'm very calm, when I'm not thinking about the money, when I'm not amped up. Like you see some people, they're like listening to banging music before they go play. Like, yeah, I'm ready to go fight. No. I want to be calm and collected and chill. And I also recognize that a lot of information they give you doesn't really matter. I remember playing one time at the World Series of Poker. There was this guy who was sitting at my table who every like 5 minutes he would turn around and look at the average chip stack. And it occurred to me what he was doing after a while, because he would always raise when he was below average to like try to get back to average. And once I figured this out, I just demolished the guy, right? But like that guy cared about average chip stack, but average chip stack doesn't matter at all. Why do they put it up there? I don't know. For fun. But a lot of people care about a lot of things that simply are irrelevant. And you need to figure out what is irrelevant so that you can forget about it. Like your plates. It doesn't matter if I'm first or last in this tournament. No, what matters is how many chips I have, how many big blinds I have, right? And if there's any payout implications, which there are none for a long time. When we raise small blind, get called by big blind. I think we can check back this flop a lot. Wow, he donks me. Okay. So I presume it's going to be a lot of draws. King X, 9X. So we'll just call. We really don't want Queen, Jack, or 10. We want 6. 6 is good. Do I raise now or do I call? Look, raising's attractive because the board is draw who. I think I'm just going to call again. Yeah, let's just call again. Given the opponent's taking such an incredibly strong line. Oh, do we jam river now? Can we get called by worse is the question. Man, they bet so small in the river. Can we get called by worse? No, just call. So notice they just had total airball, right? That's a weird one because, like, to bet on the ace is very optimistic, right? Because I'm just never folding a king. If I'm never folding a king, what are they doing, right? We'll raise this. Again, like raising limpers with just a strong linear range. That's a spot you have to be careful not to time out, by the way, on ClubWPT, because the time bank is not long at all. All right, top pair is great. They bet 1 big blind, which is kind of the same as checking. Would I ever check it back here? Definitely not. I would bet 6 big blinds. Now, if they jam me, I will, of course, call it off. Jack 7 suited. Did I fold ace 10 suited? I don't know. I think it was offsuit. If it was offsuit, I'm fine with my fold. Suited, I would not fold. Did I fold ace 10 suited? Jeez, where did I fold ace 10 suited? I'm not paying attention, everybody. All right, raise, call, 3-bet. All in, shorty. Gosh, cold call by Jay Nandez. The problem is this could be such a trap. Thank God this guy re-raised. I was going to just call, but this might be a spot where this is just total garbage. Like, what are you doing? It's not a good play at all. Once this guy jams, though, this easy fold. $9-9. At least it was a free roll and you made $8. Exactly. All right, raise, call, jam me, huh? I mean, the hand's too good, right? Could just be something dumb. Maybe on tilt from the previous hand. I don't know. We got to get in with the nines. Nines are just too good. I think it's close. If I had like sevens, I would fold, I think. Eights, I'd probably fold as well. I think nines is too good. Not by much, but I think it's like barely too good. Ugh. Jack and Jack. Wonderful. All right, we're down to almost no chips. I think we have 15 big blinds left. I think the only way we can reasonably fold there is if I'm paying attention and Jay Nandez has been very tight. But, I mean, we just saw them cold call 5 big blinds and fold. So, you know, you can't really go around folding in that spot. Especially in a free roll, I don't think. All right, King 8 suited against a 3.5x under the gun. You hate to see that. You hate to see that because this should be quite strong, right? I'm going to call, whatever. This is the guy who donked me earlier with 10-7 for fun. And here, I think I'm going to rip it all in because if he ever folds, it's better to check, shove, or lead. I think I'm just going to lead. He's never folding a pair, of course, but if he has like any equity, he might find some folds here. We might even fold like pocket fours or whatever, which is a great success. Maybe we could check shove there if his range is total garbage, but it shouldn't be total garbage 3.5x and get under the gun. All right, 20 big blinds. 6 and a 2. Let it go bye-bye. Oh, we have a break in a minute. Okay. Break time in a minute. Break time. All right, break time. All right. There's a little clock by your name that gives a pop-up that gives you extended time if you click that with a tough decision. Okay. There's a little clock that gives your name by your name. Maybe that was that clock. Maybe you're not buying Maybe you can't buy time bank. Maybe you have to click it to get extra time. That's interesting because on a lot of other sites, they do it automatically for you. Who knows? Whenever you're playing on a new site, you kind of got to bang around a little bit and figure out what the deal is, because you never know what the rules are on your new site. You never know the settings. So you always got to make sure everything's set up properly. Protect yourself before you wreck yourself. All right. See you in a minute. All right, time to win this tournament. We have 20 big blinds. Thanks to all of you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're enjoying the show, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, click all that. We are going to do our best to crush all of you and win the $900 first prize thanks to ClubWPT Gold. Make sure you check out PokerCoaching.com/freeroll regularly to be made aware of whatever free rolls we have happening. All right. The poker gods are about to bless me. Well, they say 12 times. Well, I'd bet against it. Which of your books do you think is best to study? If you're new to poker, Mastering Small Stakes, No Limit Hold'em. That is the book for you. That said, go through the tournament or cash game masterclass on PokerCoaching.com. They're way more interactive, and I think they will help you get better, faster. I have a new book coming out. It's 100 quizzes, which is fun. I also have another book, 100 Essential Tips to Master No Limit Hold'em back there. That's a good one, too, if you just want quick, actionable advice. So I have 100 quizzes, poker hands coming out very soon. And that's like a workbook, essentially. An up-to-date, call it workbook. You've been sliding. You're at number 72. Again, maybe you're trolling me at this point. It doesn't matter what place you're in at all. All right, we raise it up, get called, flop straight and flush draw. We will be in on this hand. So here we can, wow, facing minimum bet. Do I ever think he's going to fold? He folded last time he min bet. I'm going to call this one. We could just raise or jam. I think either's very reasonable. But the problem is if I jam and he calls, I'm really just not in great shape. But if he donks for one, I'm going to get to take it away on various flops and various turns and rivers. And, of course, I can just get there. We don't want to go too big. We're trying to get action, clearly. We get called. Can we jam river for value? Because now we're trying to get called by a pretty bad diamond. Against the one big blind bet, he makes my life easy. We'll just call. But I think I was going to check it back on the river. 10-8. Literal nothing. If you're here, check fold the flop. How do various sites protect against people using real-time assistance? Well, a lot of the sites can see your screen, so there's that. I don't know exactly what methods they have on ClubWPT Gold. I'm not there in charge of their security. I do know other sites, I'm not going to say which ones, they will run all the biggest winners' hands through various GTO programs and see if you're playing too close to GTO. So look, normally I'd play this, but I think these people are all kind of calling, at least these guys are kind of calling stationary, so I'm just going to fold the bottom of the range open. So like if you're doing well on the site and winning, they will see if you're playing too close to GTO in their minds. They know roughly what a human's capable of, and if you're playing too close to GTO, they'll presume you're playing GTO. Then they'll do things like, look at your computer, or they'll do things like make you play a whole session with a webcam on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if you play very differently with the webcam on, then, well, they're going to ban you. I don't know exactly what ClubWPT Gold does, though. Obviously, don't cheat. Do not break the terms and conditions of the poker site. People complaining about bad beats. I promise you, the sites are not rigged. They're not juiced. None of that. Variants exist. PP for life. I'm probably more with it than you think I am, apparently, if you ask that question. What is the next pay step? Everybody, there are no payout jumps. There are no payout jumps. Look. Between now and when there's 56 people remaining, you get almost no more money, okay? If you're in this tournament right now, you need to be trying to get a hold of chips to win the tournament. Because if you get $7 or whatever it is, or $25, it's not that big of a deal. And 24th place gets $25, okay? So we got to beat almost everybody else. Forget about payout jumps. We are now trying to win the poker tournament. Oh, man, here's one where I would normally jam. This guy did raise, what did he have earlier? 10-7 suited under the gun. Gosh, I think I'm supposed to shove this. No. I'm going to call. I may be supposed to shove that, though. Normally, you got to be very cautious against under the gun. But I don't think that's the spot we're in here. He bet with like 10-7 last time, so I'm going to check to give him a chance to bluff. And then I'll check shove. If this guy jams, I just got to be in. There's no way around it. Hand's too good. And here, whatever he folds is going to have some equity, right? And of course, if he has me beat, and I just lose. Or I get 5-out draw. But now if he has like 7s, he's probably going to call it off. If he has the worst 8, he's going to call. And if he has queen, jack, whatever, I don't want him to have his equity. But he did raise, and then continuation met earlier were just like nothing, right? For a big size. So I'm not like reading too much into that big pre-flop size anymore. All right, we have a limp. I think I'm just going to jam, shove all in. If this guy raises, I will also shove all in. Kind of a weird spot, right? Because I don't really want to make it like 4 or 5. Because then that gives the guy odds to call in position. I get that we're running into it sometimes when they just have nuts, but I think the hand's just too good. Weird spot again. Look, I'm not used to playing with people who are limping various ranges. I don't know. It feels like kind of a big shove, but with an ante, it's not that big of a shove. Hey, we get called against ace and 5 offsuit. Well, that's not a good call. And we win. So that's good. Like right here. Fold pre-flop. Don't even put a chip in the pot. Just fold pre-flop. It's not a good hand. It's not a good hand at all. If the players in the blinds were tight, we could raise this if they folded to me, but if they're playing splashy, like this guy clearly is, you don't want to be playing trash hands. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to go to Poppy Steak tonight. I love Poppy Steak. Ooh, you know where I just found out? At a place I just learned about that's really good? It's called May Dailies. May Dailies is awesome. It's between Sahara and Stratosphere. And everything is so good. The service is great. The owner is great. He's around hanging out, talking to people. He's been there every time I've been there. They have bacon tasting. The bacon tasting is great. They give you 8 different kinds of bacon. The steak is amazing. Everything there is amazing. I can't believe how good it is to just be like a standalone restaurant on the strip that's like kind of new. I don't know. Is it kind of new? Let me see. Chat might know. Yeah, it opened in 2024. So last year. But yeah, the place is awesome. The other day they had a taco tasting. The owner said that he couldn't get a good taco in Vegas. So he decided to have all of his chefs make a taco. 6 different chefs made a taco. So you got 6 different kinds of tacos. And they did a blind tasting, and you got to select which one you liked the best. And he said, whichever one wins, we're going to put on the bar menu. I'm like, that's awesome, man. That's super cool. Super cool. All right. 10-2 suitable check. Straight and flush draw. We'll go ahead and do a small bet. If he has nothing, I'll let it go. And if we get raised, we can call. I'm trying to think if I want to jam. Ugh, minimum raise. Minimum raise here is just a very, very bad play. Does this pay real money? SCs are dollars. This is never a good raise because no matter what they have, all of my draws have the right price to continue. You never want to make a raise that gives all the draws the right price to continue. You want to price out gut shots and stuff at least. Call again, and then if we miss, we just lose the hand. Whatever. Ugh. We may chop here. As weird as that sounds. Now we fold. Easy. Easy. Easy hand. Perfect hand. Like, that's a wonderful spot. Because we risked almost nothing and we got to see the river. When you have a straight flush draw, you want to risk almost nothing and get to see the river. All right. All right. All right. What is this? All right. I'm going to fold this. This may seem very tight, but we should be horribly dominated. And we're out of position. So I'm going to let that one go. That may be a little tight. I'm not sure. All right, we're down to 88 people. Again, you're trolling me clearly. It does not matter where you are. You don't like that people can pay to see your cards. Well, I don't like it either. I don't think anybody likes it. But I can guarantee you, WPT probably ran some numbers or poll or whatever, and they realized this is going to make us X amount of money, and players will get over it. They may lose some number of players. So you have to ask, for example, how many players are they going to lose because of it? How many people are going to say, screw it, I'm out? The answer is probably 0.0. So if they're going to lose 0 players, they're going to make more money. What do you think they're going to do? Also, say they lose some okay regs. Just a few okay regs. But all the bad players love it, and they pay a ton of money. Because I bet a lot of the bad players click that button like crazy. Well, now they're printing money, and they're losing some regs that they don't make a ton of money off of anyway. Right? Turn my volume up even more. The problem is it says the volume's about as high as it can go. My microphone, which doesn't hear anything, is picking up the outside noise. Like it's so loud. It's so turned up, believe it or not. All right, 3 big blind raise. We cannot really call here because we can get jammed on by many people. So we'll just let it go. Poker Go tournaments start tomorrow. So we're having a ton of tournaments, 50-50. Then we're having a ton of tournaments over the next month. Basically a $5,000 tournament or bigger almost every day. I'm going to be playing a bunch of them. I just listed some action for sale on PokerStake at little or no markup. You can see it right here. You're going to Vegas next weekend. Any recommendations on where to play? Wherever you want. I don't know. Depends on what you're trying to play. But no, Win/Encore has a great poker room. Aria has a great poker room. Palazzo has a great poker room. Really, any place on the strip with a poker room is probably going to be okay. As you move to more like Horseshoe or MGM, those start to get a little bit, call them lesser. But at the same time, they have great games. I mean, whenever I'm in town with a bunch of friends and we want to all go play poker at the same poker table, we'll go play somewhere at like MGM. We played at MGM the other day. They got us a table for us, and we had a few other people who they slotted in. And it was fine and good. But they have no like high limit action, right? Like, so you have to ask, like, what are you trying to accomplish in playing? A lot of people just want to play a specific tournament or whatever, right? So people play that exact thing. Jack 8 suited. 3 big blind raise, huh? I don't think there's anything we can do against a shove. I mean, maybe we're supposed to flat this. The problem is we can get jammed on here again. Horribly dominated. It's like whatever, you know? Whatever spot. It's a whatever spot. Queen to offsuit. king six offsuit, 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 offsuit. Offsuit hands are bad. You don't really want to play offsuit hands. If you studied at all at peakgto.com, you would know that offsuit hands are not great. Do any of you go on these like reading Twitter threads where like these people, for example, this one's talking about Sheryl Sandberg. I actually went to her house one time for a book launch of Phil Hellmuth's book that I published. It says she has one question to all the people, and that is their key to hiring good people. If you were in my position, what would you focus on? It cuts through rehearsed, answered, and polished resumes. It reveals how candidates really think about leadership and their impact. I think we can bet this 2, and then if he folds, great. And if he calls, well, we're done. We have some equity. Oh gosh, do we bluff? Man, so look, I'm not going to bluff this, but maybe we should. As you can tell, I've been very cautious when it comes to bluffing in this free roll tournament, just because I think people are going to do ridiculous things. But like, I could be convinced this is a turn and river jam. Not on this river, of course, but if you missed. Because we're trying to get him off of everything worse than an ace, right? Easy call here. Gobble that right up. Ace and king, oh boy. Good thing we didn't bluff. Tough run out, exact to lose. That's how it goes. But anyway, I think that could be a bluff spot in reality because they should have like no ace king in their range, right? All right, minimum raise, they have 8-3 suited. Not wonderful, but we will splash. We get nothing. If you were in my position, what would you focus on? That's a good one. All right, king 4 suited. I'm not going to jam this because, again, I think I'm going to get called a lot. I think this is a player we were against earlier who is very splashy. So we'll fold. Again, don't panic. Don't go crazy. Sit here, play good poker. We'll get us a decent shove spot at some point. Or we won't, and we'll lose, whatever. We're going to lose anyway. I think a lot of people don't realize you're probably going to lose the poker tournament. So if you're probably going to lose the poker tournament, stay sane, stay calm, play good, strong, fundamentally sound poker. Just don't lose your mind. Don't go crazy. Don't go gambling. Six five suited, we'll go gambling. Oh man, we had some min raise. Fold, 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 fold. But yeah, a lot of people panic when things are going poorly or when you lose a hand or whatever. Don't panic. Don't think I got to run it up or go broke. None of that. We do ladder up. Don't forget, we're laddering up at this point. So now we have no chips you care about laddering up. There are 63 players remaining. And there's no jump till we get down to 55. So there's no ladder, and it's only $3 anyway. So we don't care about that so much. That said, we're not just going to give our money away. You like tournaments more than cash, you're definitely low stakes. I mean, look, in terms of just quote-unquote nice poker rooms, the three I told you, Palazzo, Wynn, and Aria are definitely the nicer ones. I don't know what they have in terms of low stakes tournaments. They may not have any low stakes tournaments. You may have to go somewhere like Horseshoe or MGM or Caesars or, I don't know, Orleans if you want to get off the strip. How is it best to read and digest and apply the concepts in the books? Take it slow. Take it slow. Take notes. Don't get in a rush. You got all the time in the world. Well, not all the time in the world. You have a lot of time. Take it easy is what it amounts to. Also, study the spots that give you a lot of trouble, right? You may find that some spots give you a lot of trouble, some spots give you no trouble, right? So you really, really focus on the issues that you're having. You have busted, but you appreciate the free roll. Well, I might be in the same boat soon. I'm glad you enjoyed the free roll. I'm glad you enjoyed the free money. Hope you make good use of it. I'm so glad we got to give away $5,000 today to all of you. Huge congrats to whoever wins. Huge congrats to everybody for showing up and collecting the money. By the way, ClubWPT Gold has a lot of free roll tournaments on it. Every day there's multiple free rolls. So if you like playing free to play poker tournaments and just getting experience in kind of turbo field events, which is what is the case in most live tournaments, really, like small stakes live tournaments, it's a really good spot, really good deal, in my opinion. Queen 3. Not good. Not good. Stay sane. Stay patient. Seven 4 suited. We will limp if they give me the opportunity. Like, this is just such a good spot to just see cheap flops, you know? Probably gonna go broke now I'm saying this, but the fact that they let you see the flop for half a big blind in a pot that's gonna be 4, like, are you gonna realize, well, now what? 1/10 of the pot? Of course we will. Of course we will. It's not a spot to shove, because if we shove, we're gonna get jammed on sometime. We're gonna have to get called, and we're gonna lose. All right, here, no one's folding a better hand, but I think a lot of people may bet with worse. So we're gonna check shove. This is different than the king high flush draw we had earlier where we donked all in. Because here, no one's gonna fold a better hand, right? I don't think. And now we can shove and then get some fold equity. Let's make sure. Do we ever want to just call? No, we just want to shove because we can get called by worse at this point. We have loads of equity, and we're going to clean up our outs. Wow. Can't believe those two had nothing. How do they have nothing? All right, 50-50. Hey, we win. That's good. How did I get so sharp in knowing how a tournament will play? You know, I study all the time. Study all day, every day. I studied all day, every day for so long. For so long. I'll just fold that one. All right. King 6. King 10. We can raise this one up. If we get jammed, of course, we'll fold. Is he muted? No, he's not muted. He's just not talking. Is he muted? He, like I'm an object or a thing. Is that thing, that person there muted? No. Just quiet today. We're playing a tournament. We only have 20 big blinds. There's not a whole lot to say. We just chilling. It's a weird 3-bet size here. Definitely a weird 3-bet size. And that was a weird hand. Lots of weird hands go down in free rolls, as I'm sure. A lot of people look at that and say, oh man, these players are so unpredictable. How can you win? Well, the answer is if they're playing poorly, then you'll crush them. Now, I know every single person here is a poker coaching member, of course. So none of them should be playing poorly. But it's a weird hand. Weird hand. All right, we're down to 54 people. 500 something started. We're in the middle of the pack with 20 big blinds. We are hanging out, trying to win. First place is $900. Huge thanks to ClubWPT Gold for letting us put this on. Oh, sit back in, yeah. Hello, I'm back. Shoot. Pocket jacks, here we go. Our patience has been rewarded. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Limp from small blind. We'll make it 3. You signed up for 6 months of poker coaching. Awesome. You were studying before and getting better and winning too. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. It's amazing how quickly your skills atrophy. Well, you got to stay practiced. I'm going to check this one back. You seem to do good when short, but have trouble maintaining a big stack. I mean, look. It's probably a lot of variance, but maybe you're playing too loose with a big stack. That could certainly be a thing. I'm going to snap call this, and I'm going to fold to a river bet. Okay. Maybe they ran the bluff on me. Probably not. You lost to a hand that should beat you 20% of the time. That is not variance, that's normal. Get used to normal things. I think a lot of people who don't play a lot of poker don't understand the routine variance of the game. You got to realize, if you get it in with aces against kings 100 times, you're supposed to lose 80 of them. I mean, 20 of them. 20 of them you're going to lose. That's normal. Get used to it. Don't cry about it. Get used to it. Realize variance exists. That's okay. All right. $10-7. No good. Something else that I don't even know if it's worth discussing, but I'm going to say it anyway, is a lot of people try to make like narratives in their head about why things happened or like what happened. It's like they're trying to find a story. And I get that humans like stories, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter what happened. What matters is, did you play well? Like right here, not to pick on Lex here, ran into a better 10. Right? Doesn't matter if you ran into a better 10. It was a setup spot, right? Setup spot, standard setup spot. And that's how you're going to lose most tournaments. So if you know most tournaments are going to come down to a call it setup spot or just bad stuff happening, whatever, I don't think you need to get hung up on it. You know what I mean? Like, don't get stuck on the ideas of, I got unlucky or I made a deep run, but then this thing happened. I mean, like the person who earlier said you get a big stack, but then you have a hard time with it. In reality, you're probably bad at playing deep stacked, right? Or maybe not. Maybe there's just variance. If you've played 100 tournaments, odds are you're going to get a big stack sometimes. It's just going to go poorly. Facing 15 under the gun will fold. Ace-6 suited. But you have to recognize that your job as a poker player, assuming you're trying to make money, which I'm going to presume a lot of you are, is to make the most of whatever situations you are in. Often in tournaments, that is not going to work out, and it's okay. You don't have to tell anybody a story, even yourself. I don't remember how I lose most tournaments I play. And I think that's good. I mean, I write stuff down, I study, but it's not like I'm dwelling over it, is what I'm trying to say. I never lost sleep over a poker hand. And I think a lot of people do. But if you play a hand and like you do it poorly and you screw up, take notes, study, learn from it, and try to not do poorly again in the future. I mean, the problem quite often is not necessarily the big hand that you lost. It's all the other little hands that maybe you are playing poorly, but you don't even know. Oh, man. Like queen jack off under the gun. I think it's a fold. It's probably close. So you need to, like right there, right? I don't even know if that's a shove or a fold. It's close. It's going to be close. But I think it's probably a fold. But imagine I got that wrong every single time. Well, I'm going to be losing a little bit of money. or I mean, something a lot of people do wrong early in tournaments, they just don't find good bluffing, like low equity bluff spots. Like if you studied at peakgto.com, you know that like the overcard to the top pair on the board plus any sort of like backdoor draws very often likes to bluff. And if it bluffs the flop, it usually bluffs the turn and it usually bluffs the river. And a lot of people never do that. And they don't even know they're doing anything wrong because they're like, oh, I got nothing, so I just give up. But no, you should not be giving up. You should be blasting it. And as you study more and more, you'll find better and better spots and, you know, more profitable opportunities. But like, say you do get a spot like that where you bluff it off with the king high or whatever, and you get called and you lose. You can't think, oh man, I messed up, or oh man, I punted. Because no, it's like definitively a correct play, right? So if it's definitively a correct play and it didn't work out, it's okay. So what did you do today in that tournament? You showed up, you played well, you lost. Also, try to get it out of your head that like losing, quote unquote losing, is bad. I think a lot of people attribute losing in poker to failure. But you don't have control over your poker outcomes. And the sooner you recognize that, the sooner you will realize that it doesn't matter what happens. So you have to stop viewing poker like a stereotypical gambling game where you're going to be up or down, you're going to go gamble. It's like all other gambling games. You're going to win or lose some amount of money every hand you play. And that's it, right? Like here we have another story. Like, wow, this is happening. Well, I jammed ace-10 suited for 13 big blinds from the small blind over 2 limpers and got called by queen 9. So they're clearly members who haven't looked at the content. You know what I mean? But like, try to, like, I don't even have thoughts like this. I'm like, okay, I lost. Good game. Bye. I don't even say good game, but this is a narrative that's like, it's almost like you're saying this to make yourself feel better or something, but you shouldn't feel bad in the first place. That's really what it is. So I think a lot of people feel bad when they lose. But losing at poker is not failure. There was a 2+2 post a long time ago. At least if I can find it. I think it was called Almost There, which is Essenbach. Almost There with Success and Failure long. I'm not going to read this, but I remember this post like as a kid. Maybe there's something to it. Everybody will eventually run worse than they ever thought was possible. And the difference between a winner and a loser is that the latter thinks they do not deserve it. Losers think they don't deserve bad luck. And I completely agree. You will get bad luck and you will get good luck. It's random. Deserve is a whole like idea that I completely think is ridiculous. A lot of people think, oh man, I should have won. I had 10s and they had 5s. I deserve to win. No, you don't. You deserve to win 80% of the time. And on top of that, you would have gotten in with 5s and they would have gotten with 10s, so it's reciprocal. Six two offsuit. Do you complain when you win 5 coin flips in a row? I do not. I do not complain when I lose 5 coin flips in a row either. It is interesting though, right? Like whenever you win a tournament, whenever people win a tournament, most people think, oh man, I played good. And when they lose, they think, oh man, I got unlucky. But in reality, look, if you won a poker tournament, you ran hot, right? Every single poker tournament I've ever ran, I probably ran pretty hot. It's just how it goes. The $5,000 tournament took second place and I got it in this summer at the World Series. I got it all in like 3 hours into the tournament with king queen against queen, ace king queen against ace queen on like queen something something. I had a backdoor flush draw and it came in and I won. And then I just like had a decent stack early in the tournament, then took second place. But like very easily I could have just lost, re-entered, lost again. Funny enough, another one, I played another 5K. I lost 3 times in like 10 minutes with aces all in preflop, and then I had kings and made top set against middle set, and he backdoored a flush, right? I didn't care. It doesn't matter. And what do? You keep re-entering. If you think you have an edge, you keep playing. Oh, we're all in with 10-9 suited. Sure, you almost have to like view it as not like something you're mad about. It's something that's more comical, right? Funny stuff's going to happen in poker. The game's not rigged. The sites aren't rigged. People aren't cheating you. There's just a lot of variance in poker. And that's okay. That is a feature of the game, not a bug of the game. If you want a game with no variance, go play chess and see how well you do. How do you rate the strength of starting hands? You have trouble realizing what is actually good. Check out peakgto.com. We have free pre-flop charts for all sorts of scenarios. I mean, think about it. In this tournament, actually, I've won probably 2 or 3 flips and lost like 1 or whatever. You know, I'm already running hot to still be in this tournament. To be fair, we're down to 38 people out of 500, right? Everybody in this tournament has won some hands. I promise. And I've had some bad spots too, right? Like we had the Jacks just lose a second ago and all sorts of stuff. But essentially, you need to stay calm and sane and don't attribute your losses to bad luck and don't attribute your wins to awesome play because none of it really matters. What matters is, are you continuously working to improve your skills? Are you playing in a game where you clearly have an edge? Are you putting in good volume? Are you keeping a good bankroll? Right? That's it. But a lot of people instead think, I'm going to go to the casino and have a gambling day. I'm going to win that tournament. Then they go and they play. And sometimes they win the tournament and think, yeah, I did it. I'm so good. But it's variance. And when they go and they lose, they think, oh man, that was so bad. I got unlucky or I played bad or whatever. And maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But focus on what you can control. You got to focus on what you can control. And most things in the poker game, once you sit at the table, are actually out of your control. I actually think, and I mean, I know some players, some of the best players have a similar thought that like whenever you're actually playing poker, you're not really making decisions. You already made all the decisions ahead of time based on your study. When you sit down to play, you are bringing all of your years of experience and study to the table and you are going to implement it. Now, this presumes you're showing up in a good state of mind and you're not like drunk or something, right? But this presumes you're going to sit down, show up, and play your best. And if you sit down, show up, and play your best, what you're actually doing at the table doesn't really matter, right? I mean, it matters because you're going to do it. But what I'm saying is you are implementing the strategies that you've learned ahead of time. And if you've learned them, great, you're going to implement them. If you haven't learned them ahead of time, you're not, and you're going to struggle. So you got to realize, like, the actual work of poker is studying the game away from the table so that you bring all of your skills to the table. I mean, somebody asked earlier, how do you make decisions whenever, how do you not punt in big spots when it's high pressure? The answer is you study, right? And you get better and better and better. We're not getting great cards. If you got bad beat, it means you played correctly. Incorrect. You can get bad beat and play poorly. Think about it. A lot of people like it when they get unlucky because they think, oh man, I got my money in good, so I must have played right. But no, that's not how it works. Consider this. Imagine you only play pocket aces, and imagine you go all in with it every time before the flop. You will only ever lose to a bad beat unless you blind out. So you could have played really badly by only playing aces and only ripping it in pre-flop, and you would get bad beat when you do lose. But you also would have played horribly bad, right? This is a very simple example. Or like say you get it all in with aces against kings or something. Like it's not like you, I mean, maybe that's a bad example. But people put a lot of narratives and stories in their heads and just make the best decision possible in each situation you're in. This might be a limp, by the way. Simple as that. Just make the best decision possible in the situation you are in. Have I ever had a sun run that I could not believe? I mean, I won World Poker Tour Player of the Year. I won that giant trophy back there. I won a WPT, and I think I took a second and had like a fourth or sixth or something. But hey, in that sun run, I remember one, There's this YouTube video. I'll see if I can find it. I was so pissed. Let's see. I was like the most pissed off I've ever been at the table. I had half the chips 10-handed in WPT. And I ended up taking 7th place. And gosh, I got like so unlucky. I got it all in. The way I busted, I had queens against queen 8 suited. And the guy played the queen 8 suited very badly. And and he just flopped the straight flush. I got it all on pre-flop. Look, there's me. This is me back in my furious days. Oh man, what happened here? Come on. I've grown up a lot since then. There's me. We got it all in. I have queens. He has the queen 8. It's lovely. No sound is on. Nothing to see here. Seventh place. Sun run. Sun run of the year. One player of the year. But yeah, I mean, but like I didn't even know what was happening in the time, and I didn't even really consider it. Heck, this summer online, I had a super sun run. I had a first and a second and a second in like 1,000-person tournaments. You know what I mean? That's a heck of a run. All right, ace 9, we are in. That's a heck of a run, a first and 2 seconds. Now, you didn't see the other 50 entries I busted, right? I had 50 entries, probably online, maybe 60. After I won the first one, I think I bricked like 40 in a row, like no cashes. It's like, okay, they gave me the bracelet. Now they're just going to trounce me. So is that a sun run? I don't know. But no, seriously, if you think about it, I cashed for like, God, I don't even know how many buy-ins. I cashed for like 500 buy-ins and like 50 entries. That's insane, right? Live though, I got completely wrecked. I had 1 cash. I mean, I didn't play a ton, but I had 1 cash, like minimum. It's variance. That's how it goes. Get used to it. I mean, there was a tournament. There were two times in my life actually, I got heads up or chopped back to back tournaments, like one day and the next day in like 500-person tournaments. So that was pretty cool. Ace 9 again. Not a great hand. Hey, I got one of these bracelets for one of them. Here it is from Beau Rivage. Look at this. Beau Rivage bracelet. You see it says Beau Rivage on it from Biloxi. Hey, it might have been right around the same time where I just took that 7th place. Beau Rivage in Biloxi. This is from my... Whoa, I just dropped them all. Whoa. Get back on there, bracelets. I had a beautiful display here and I just banged them all around. We have some WPT bracelets. Yeah, I don't think they give these out anymore. And another one that fell into my lap. Yeah. Oh, gosh. We got a Turks and Caicos bracelet. We beat Mike McDonald and Choppy 3-handed for that. They were the 2 hottest players in the world online back then. We won. That was cool. Got World Series of Poker bracelet. Yeah. But like for every bracelet you see, there's a bunch of losses, you know? And nobody thinks about that. Nobody feels that except for the person who's going through it. Whenever I see this bracelet here, by the way, the links in this are not great, but I figured it out kind of. When I look at this World Series bracelet, I see lots of losses. But again, losses are not necessarily bad. What the heck is this? Min raise. Anyway, a plate showing losses. Just show up and play great. That's all you can do. Show up and play great. That's all you can do. And how do you play great? You show up in good mindset and you study a ton so you can actually implement it. Like, what is this hand? What is happening in this hand? It's a weird hand. All right, break time. See you in a minute. Hello, everyone. We're back. We've been streaming for almost 4 hours today. Hope you're having a great day. We're giving away $5,000 today to the poker coaching community thanks to ClubWPT Gold. We're down to 29 players in the tournament. First place is $900. 29th place is $20. Everyone's getting $20 at least if you're still in. Ooh, I hope I sunrun all of you. I'm going to sunrun you all so hard in this tournament. I don't know if you all know this, but a lot of things I say are like a joke. They're a joke. They're funny. Like, I'm going to sunrun you all. A lot of people, I think that. Like, they think I'm going to show up and I'm going to will myself to win. What do you want to see? You want to see World Series race? I don't even know if you can see this. Like, too close. I don't think I can make it focus. Can I make it focus? No. Doesn't work like that. Nope. 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 Doesn't work like that. Sorry. You can Google it. It looks like the ones on the internet. We got 25 seconds left. Oh boy, limp pot again. Everybody loves a limp pot. Oh my God, the two big blind raise again. They hit me with it. Guess we have to fold. Isn't that funny, little Jonathan Little? I couldn't believe it. Hey, Shannon Shore. Here's me getting in it with 0% equity. Sun running again. 0%. People always ask, why would you go all in with 0%? Doesn't make any sense. Here's me getting it in badly. Winning hot, running hot. I was mad that I got it in bad, but like, again, it was a reciprocal spot. We're both going to get it in for our short stacks with ace-x. I was like, man, that's how I'm going to win. Hey, speaking of almost there with success and failure, remember that article I literally just posted? This guy right here is Irie Guy, who's quoted in it. Small world, huh? There he is. Oh, King 2 on the button. That'll be good enough, I gotta presume. Probably can shove it for like 8 or something. Not against the raise, though, of course. Oh, someone left a nice comment. Jonathan Little has the heart of a teacher, and I've learned a lot from him. He teaches a balanced but implementable playing style for tournaments and cash games at affordable prices. That is what I'm going for. I try to give value. I learned a long time ago, if you give people fun and money, they will like you. And then all the doors in the world will open up for you. And, well, think about what we're doing today. Think about exactly what we're doing today. As a beautiful example of this. I showed up today. Some of you enjoy this stream, I presume. So you're getting some fun, right? And on top of that, you're getting some money. Turns out, if you do that enough, you will generate fans. Fun and money. But yeah, I'm a big fan of adding value. I've learned a long time ago that if you just add value in whatever way you can, generally by becoming quite good at something that people want to learn about or know about, whether that be poker, fitness, finance, relationships, health, whatever, right? If you get good at something and teach people stuff and help them enjoy their experience better, they'll reward you. This is not quite good enough, I don't think. Not the most studied in 6 big blind poker, but I will do my best. It's funny because, like, somebody on my team said, you really shouldn't say things like you're not that studied in something. And look, I'm more studied than 99.9% of people, but if you ask me exact 6 big blind shoving ranges from the hijack seat, I don't know. I'll be close. I'm always critical of myself. You know, I think a lot of people like to think they're great. They really want to feel good about themselves. But I think if anything, I'm trying to almost, well, I am. I'm trying to find flaws in my strategy, right? I'm trying to find holes. I'm trying to find spots where I could be better. So you know what I'm going to do when I'm done here? I'm going to go look at 6 big blind charts and 10 big blind charts and 8 big blind charts because I probably missed a shove or two or something. I don't know. I don't know if I did or not, but I'm going to go study it and look it out. Always strive to do better, you know? That's what we're going for. Six, 6, and queen 10. We're going to need a pair of 6s soon enough. Now, there are some people, even who play high-stakes tournaments, who almost feel like they can wake up and tell they're going to be lucky or that they can manifest stuff. And, you know, to some extent, I'm not going to say you can manifest it, but I certainly think you can create your own luck, right? I had a Twitter thread about creating your own luck. Let's see if I can find it. I wonder if that will even come up. I don't know. Long story short, you can definitely make your own luck. For example, well, a great example of this is imagine you are a submarine creator. You like making submarines. You have the best submarines in the world. You're the best at it. And imagine somebody discovers there's gold at the bottom of the ocean, but nobody can get to it except for the guy with the best submarine. That guy who made the best submarine just got lucky because somebody else got lucky or because somebody else made a discovery, right? And so now that guy with the best submarine just made his own luck by being the guy with the best submarine. Because he's the only one who can get that gold. He can charge almost any amount he wants for that sunken treasure, right? Limp, limp, limp again, huh? Well, check, obviously. Okay, do we have any donk jamming range in any scenario? Gosh. Okay. I want overcards to fold, right? It's an annoying spot, but I'm in. All right, we're going to need some help. Not this time. 24th place for me. GG. That was a fun run. You finally vanquished me. And now I am out. $24.45 for me. Not that many people remaining in the tournament, only 20 or so. I have to get going, though. Thank you all for being here today. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, please let me know. You can always email me at support@pokercoaching.com. I see every single email that comes through there, and I have a great support team to help you out. Click the like and subscribe button on there. Click the notification bell. Please check back at pokercoaching.com/freeroll because we have free rolls sometimes, and it's free money for you. If you're not on my email list, get on the email list. Go to pokercoaching.com and get on the email list. Also, check out peakgto.com. A lot of the things that you all were struggling with today, we have the answers. Just a matter of getting in there and working hard and improving your skills. Good luck. Have fun. Congrats to everybody still in. Congrats to all the winners. If you didn't win, well, Try again next time, and I'll talk to you.